What's up, everybody? This is Kieran Reese, otherwise known as the Obsessive Compulsive Gamer, the O.C.G, and hopefully I'm live on Uncharted 3 as I'm going through the entire Uncharted series with my lovely fiancée. Just sharing my streams, my Discord. Waiting for my beloved fiancée to get here. Hey, baby. Just loading up the guide to make sure I get all the stuff. No, it's okay, baby. I get it.
Twin out.
Not really sure.
Why don't we try going down?
Hey, look at this. What the hell? It's one of Talbot's men.
Was. But that's impossible. They just got here.
Yeah, but what could have happened to him?
I have no idea, but I sure as hell don't like it. Sabaean script.
Yeah. Doesn't say anything, though. It's just nonsense.
Anything about it in your notes?
Yeah, think so. Seems to be an order to the symbols. The pattern you have to follow.
Hey,
Okay.
the tile's depressed when you step on them. I'll stand over here so I don't step on any by accident.
Good idea.
I need 3 X's. Blam!
That's it! You did it!
It's pitch dark in here. Want to give us some light?
Sure. Whoa. Looks like some sort of laboratory, doesn't it?
Yeah, this stuff's got to be at least 400 years old. Hey, a little more light, Sully. Seems to be an alchemist lab. Wait a second. Does this place remind you of anything?
Yeah. That creepy hideout, now that you mention it.
Okay, that's all in this chapter. Sweet.
Sully. Sully, this is John Dee's lab.
All the way out here? In France?
Well, he must have traced the clues back to the Crusades, just like Lawrence did.
Hey, look at this.
Sabaean script again. But what are these symbols? Looks like he was trying to work something out. There's some sort of message written here in Enochian script.
Think you can decipher it?
I'll try. The altar guards the entrance to the underworld. Huh. Well, he did use magic to conjure spirits.
Yeah. Or the altar could be hiding a secret passage.
Oh. Right.
Help me push. Well, would you look at that?
Crafty old bastard.
Well, I think...
Oh, here we go. Sully, give me a light.
Yeah.
Ah, much better.
You know, one of these days you're really gonna have to start carrying your own matches.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Whoa. Looks like they really wanted to keep something out.
We're in. Here, give me a hand with this.
I got it.
There you go. Looks like the family crypt. Your pal Godfrey must be down here then, huh?
With any luck. If he knew anything about the Atlantis of the Sands, he took it with him to the grave.
So let's find the grave.
Exactly. Let's see. It looks like he was trying to solve this, but he never quite finished.
Okay to you.
What is this? Medieval game show? Pretty elaborate.
Yeah.
Anything?
He doesn't seem to be in any of these crypts.
No. Now they would have hidden his tomb. Keep looking around.
Ah, okay. So, horse needs to be on the top left. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. That needs to be right there, I believe. Let me check. Sets. It needs to be surrounded by the okay. Needs to be surrounded. I think it needs to be right here. Yeah, it does. Because that's exactly right. But then, if that is right there, then this needs to be adjusted accordingly because it's supposed to be up and over. And then these shows keys for certain things, but not sure what. Like it shows some light of the torch and it changes depending on the direction you look, which is interesting. Yeah, so it shows me the position. Okay, so the lion. Okay. She's such a sweetie. Look at her. I love her. You think it goes over the one? Got it. I'll try it. Oh, no, that was where I want. Fuck. You're so beautiful. I go, I love you. Sorry, excuse me.
Got it.
Good job, kid. Looks inviting. Watch yourself. Lord Godfrey, I presume?
The one and only.
Templar grave.
This is it. Here, hold this, will you?
Sure.
Look, it's some sort of amulet. There's something written here.
Gonna do this right on top of Lancelot, huh?
Uh-huh. It's in Sabaean script.
Well, that'd be from ancient Yemen, all right?
Yeah, exactly where Francis Drake would have landed back in the 16th century. Could be the name of a city?
Yeah, from 3,000 years ago. Without the rest of that inscription, we still don't know where to look.
Well, let's hope the other half is in Syria.
Yeah, and the Cutter and Chloe can find it.
Yeah, this is where shit gets real.
I wouldn't recommend that.
Shit.
Nice work, gentlemen. Harris, please relieve Mr. Drake of the artifact.
Yeah, Harris. Come get it.
Now, it's hardly worth dying over, is it? Your friend doesn't think so.
Come on, Nate.
What is that?
Oh my God, what the hell?
Oh, hey, 83.
Stay in the light. Get it, quickly.
Yep, huge, deadly spiders.
Your torch seems to be dying out. Good luck with that.
God, what a dick.
Right?
I love Sully so much, like lines like that. God, what a dick. Oh man, that shit like that is why Sully's one of my favorite characters, man. Oh, it's good to see 83. Yeah, this is what he's been waiting for, is to see this shit with the spiders. Yeah.
We gotta find a way out of here fast. Stay close.
Chapter 7.
Just going out.
Stay in the light.
We gotta find a way out of here.
Wait, up there. Come on, come on. Give me a hand!
Here, come on.
Run!
Jesus Christ, they're coming from everywhere.
Oh, Sully! Come on, we gotta go! Go!
Nate, come on. Oh, God, they're coming through the ceiling! Come on, run!
God, these things are fast.
It just had to be fucking spiders, man. It's always spiders. Somebody who hates fucking spiders, man, it's like always in every game.
Up here! I got you! Jump!
Get it off! Get it off!
All right, you're clear.
Huh? Yeah,
How about me?
turn around. Oh, you're good. You okay?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, let's not go back in there.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, that's
Going
Indy's
that way.
beef.
Whichever
I think if
way
they
we
actually
go,
did
just promise
snakes,
me
then
there's no
it would be too
contest.
similar to Indiana Jones, you know?
Okay, we gotta find a way out of here.
God, so beautiful. I love, like I said, I love everything about this chapter.
Ah, damn it, it's no good.
How about the France chapters? These are some of my favorite chapters in the whole series.
See if I can
Yeah,
find the right
exactly.
place.
Me and you, we're in sync, baby. We make a perfect team!
Watch yourself.
I got it.
Has to be pretty bad considering all the people who died by them look like they've been dead for centuries. Like the agent that they found looked like he was a dried up mummified fucking husk.
On it.
Got me? Things gonna go.
I know.
Hey, that'll work.
Yeah. Just like I planned.
Now we gotta find a way down.
Just trying to make sure I
Oh, hold on.
get all the treasures. Okay, it looks like that's the only treasure that's in this chapter, so... Yeah, shit's about to get real. I actually love this moment. You're about to see some serious shit, Sammy.
Empty those cans. Every last drop.
The hell are they doing?
Burn the whole place down.
Oh no.
Yeah,
We gotta get out of here.
they're lighting the whole place on fire.
Torch the place.
Oh, crap, that's not good.
They're trapped.
Take them out, Sully!
And back in the day, this was super impressive. Because you can actually watch the fire spread in real time in a lot of places.
Got you!
Over here. That's that damn man down.
Hold on, Sully!
All right, we got him. Go.
Come on, hurry!
Hang on, I'm coming.
Is this an inner ear thing? Let's go! Stop them! Shit! I got your back! Hurry!
Yeah. Well, that's why he's a hero.
That's no good! Trap! Gotta be a way out of here!
Yeah, it is.
This way!
And fun fact, this whole sequence that you're seeing right here, was the first bit of Uncharted 3 the world saw. Believe it or not, weirdly enough, they showed, the first unveiling of Uncharted 3 was actually on the Jimmy Fallon show. And this was the segment they showed. Them running through the burning manor. So this section is, and then the demo. This section is the first bit of gameplay of Uncharted 3 the world ever saw. And then before the game released, this was a demo. And actually back in the day, I used to miss it. They used to have a demo kiosk in GameStop. And I actually played this demo on the GameStop kiosk.
Come on. Gotta get the hell out of here.
Oh, shit.
All right, Nate? Yeah, I'm okay. Meet you on the other side. Great. Be right there. Watch your step. Watch it, kid. Give me a hand with this. All right. Crap!
Oh, God. It's another fucking roid rage, dude. Yeah.
Down here. We're almost out. Head for the door. Man, you bastard! No, no, no! Son of a bitch! Wait! Up here! There's the door!
And it's like crazy how this fire escalates.
All right, go, go! Shit! Damn it! Sully, I'm stuck! Help me out! Slim! Get down! Nice. There you go. Let's go.
Right? Yeah, I gotta be honest with you, I'm not big on either, my love. Yeah, uh, that's also a good point. At this point, like, they're risking themselves going in there. If this place looked like that, like, you couldn't catch me going to this fucking place. You know? Like, I mean, it's not like, oh, it's a little bit on fire, it's a lot. Like, I'm not going in there. You don't pay me enough. I guarantee whatever she's paying those henchmen, she isn't paying them enough. Yeah, like more traditional pets. Just cat, really. I have issues with spiders and snakes, to be honest with you.
Come on, up here. Come on, Nate, keep moving.
Oh!
Sully! Sully, hang on! Slipping! We're coming! Hey, I got you! I got you! Go! Go!
Oh, God.
Just keep climbing! Come on, Nate! This way! This whole place is coming down!
Yeah, it'd be cool to maybe get a dachshund in the future.
Nate, up there! There's a ladder! Come on! Come on, Sully! Hold on!
Oh, that'd be great. Like, this was a nice place before you got here, Talbot.
The whole damn tower's coming down! Run! Go! Keep running, Sully! Come on!
Yeah. And that was where the demo ended. With them fucking him jumping off the building and running. It was a great demo. And this right here, story-wise, this is one of my favorite parts in the series and in this game. Because if you remember, Samantha, early on in Uncharted 2, Sully is there in Borneo, and then he's just like, I'm too old for this. And he basically exits the game. Till, like, the very end. He kind of has a moment where he's, like, doubting it here, and this is one of my favorite character interactions between Nathan and Sully in the whole series.
Man, that was close, huh? You all right?
Oh, yeah. Just swell. Here, just give me a sec. You always seem to forget. I got 25 years on you.
Come on, Sully, you're strong as an ox.
Anyway, what's the hurry? They think we're in there.
We almost were.
I gotta say, I'm losing the plot here. Remind me again why we're doing this?
No. If you're gearing up for one of your I'm too old for this speeches, spare me.
Nate, these guys are playing for keeps.
Yeah? So? What, you're just gonna roll over for them now?
Nobody's talking about rolling over.
Then quit acting like you're ready to lay down and die, all right?
Listen, kid. I've had you back for 20 years. I'm not going anywhere. Obviously. I just want to make sure we're doing this for the right reasons. You got your pride all tangled up in this thing. It's making you reckless. I taught you better than that.
I love it, He says, stop acting like you're just gonna roll over and die. And he's like, I'm not going anywhere, obviously. It's like, it's a small thing, but I just think it's a really important moment. And like, it's like ED3 was saying, it calls back to Uncharted 2, where he was just like, fuck this.
Gonna get yourself killed. Oh, damn. Hell. Probably get us all killed.
Oh no.
What?
Cutter and Chloe. Sully, if we were followed...
Shit, chances are they were too.
We gotta warn them.
Yeah, and get to Syria fast.
Yep, now we're going to Syria.
Hope you remember where we left the car, because I am completely turned around.
Which Syria is very different. In France, it was, yeah, that's what I mean. It was such a beautiful place, and they just, destroyed it. But Syria is like a nice, change, because France is all during the day, it's beautiful, it's got greens and reds. This is like at night, and it's got a lot of blues and yellows. This game has a ton of variety in the locations. Syria, the next night.
Damn it. Still can't reach either one of them. Something is definitely not right.
How long till...
And when we get to the relevant part of these chapters, Samantha, I will be able to tell you some behind-the-scenes details. Right? Some behind-the-scenes details that changed the course of this game and what might have been.
This opens.
We got a few more hours before the tour.
They had some unexpected setbacks in this game when they were filming. Because I told you, they actually film all of these story scenes with the actual cast. They actually have to, all get suited up and actually act out the scenes. They actually had to change the script pretty drastically midway through development due to some extraneous shit they couldn't avoid.
Showing up. Then we better hustle. Chain's been cut.
Okay, so we know we're not the first ones here.
Yeah, as long as Marlowe and Talbot think we're dead, we got the element of surprise. Let's not waste it.
Right. So, we sneak in. We find out where they're holding Chloe and Cutter.
If they're holding them.
Glass half full, Sully.
I'm just saying, these guys don't seem like the hostage-taking type.
Let's just go with best case scenario for now, okay? We rescue Cutter and Chloe, and the four of us just sneak back out.
Right. Sneak back out.
It could happen.
Mm-hmm.
Chapter 8, the Citadel. And you have this beautiful view going off in the distance in the countryside.
Up this way.
You check it out. I'll wait here.
Right, sit tight. Come on up, Sully. It's clear. Ooh.
Funnily enough, believe it or not, Uncharted 3 was the first Uncharted game that I played when it was relevant, right when it came out. As I've said before, when I was growing up, like most kids, I was restricted to what my family had, and my dad was always an Xbox fan. He still is. So we had an Xbox 360 growing up, and obviously, we could only afford one game console at the time. So growing up, for a lot of my teens, we were a 360 family. So I kind of missed out on playing the Uncharted games at launch because, well, I didn't have a fucking PlayStation. When this game came out, I was 15. And my friend, though, Well, he's not, we're not friends anymore. He was an asshole, but whatever. My friend at the time, friend, uh, was a Sony guy, and he was big on Uncharted, and I played Uncharted 1 and 2 at his house. When I would go and stay over at his house, that's how I played a lot of PS3 exclusives. But it was after the fact. You know what I mean? Long after they came out. Several years after Uncharted 1 came out, I played it. And then I played Uncharted 2 like 6 or 7 months after it came out. This game, like right after it came out, like the weekend that this game came out, I went over to my friend's house and played a big chunk of this on his PS3. So, while this was not the first Uncharted I played, this was the first Uncharted I played right at launch, when it was relevant. I also, I see, I love Rhea, but sometimes I really disagree with her. Like, she was saying that she thinks this Uncharted 3 has the worst second half. The worst second half of any Uncharted game. I do not understand what she meant by that. I really, really disagree with that. Because, without going into full details, I think the second half of this game is fucking awesome. That's it's just like Uncharted 2. It's where they get really into the desert. Even though it starts off snowy. In Uncharted 2 at the beginning, they don't really get to the snowy shit till chapter 16. Just like this game, they showed the desert. The cover of this game is him sitting there with a scarf wrapped around in the desert. The title screen of this game is AK-47 stuck in the dunes. You don't get into the desert until the later half, and I think it's awesome. But I mean, you're always entitled to your opinion. But yeah, I disagree.
I'll climb up and around. I'll let you in if it's safe.
All right. You okay?
Yeah. Close, though.
Yeah. Well, I kind of feel like Uncharted 3 gets shit on unfairly. I might take a picture of that, too. That's a good picture. I kind of feel like Uncharted 3 kind of gets, unfairly shit on. Because people were like, oh, it's pretty good, but it felt like a step back from Uncharted 2. I disagree. Although my favorite Uncharted is still Uncharted 4.
Shit. Already? Just what I needed.
Okay. Oh, what the fuck?
Shit. Already? Just what I needed.
Well, I'm trying to do this quietly. If possible, or as quietly as I can.
Ready? Just what I needed.
Yeah. Like I said, I never really got that. I played this, like I said, at launch, and I loved it from the beginning.
Already? Just what I needed.
I also saw people say that, they thought that the gunplay in this wasn't as good as Uncharted 2. I don't really get that either. Yeah, I guess there's no... Oh, wait a minute.
I heard something.
Yeah, I guess there's no voting it. We're gonna have to go loud.
All right.
No such thing as too many grenades.
Come on, it's clear.
The hell you been doing?
The usual. Come on, help me with this.
I love the blue lighting, honestly. I think that's standout of this part.
Come on, this way.
We better hurry it up.
Yeah. See, I never would have found that fucking treasure without a guy. Jesus.
Sully, over here. All right, back up.
Sweet.
Lower me down.
Anything down there?
Give me a sec. I'll check it out.
Who's there?
Hey, I found that treasure on my own. Sweet. This is almost like an old, like, Middle Eastern, like, Sacristan dungeon. Well, Syria, it makes sense. There's a lot of crusade shit here.
Nate, over here.
Back up, I'll shoot the lock. Crap, come on. Sully, help me out.
You shoot my lock, I shoot your lock.
This place is crawling with agents. Chloe and Claire could be in real trouble.
Where the hell could they be?
This place is crawling with agents. Chloe and Cutter could be in real trouble.
Where the hell could they be?
Okay. I shot the treasure down. Now I'm trying to find the treasure. Where the fuck is it? I'll be really pissed off if there's some kind of glitch or something and stops me from getting it. Hold on, let me Google that really quickly because that kind of pisses me off. I'm going out of my way to try and make sure I get all the treasures. It'd be really shitty if I got fucked out of it. I mean, you could replay the chapters, so it's not really like a huge thing, but yeah. Hopefully there's a solution. Maybe, but I don't like none of the other treasures are like that, so I would hope not. Yeah, maybe it just landed in a spot that I'm not seeing, you know?
Whoa.
Or like, yeah. Oh shit. See, what the fuck? I shot that down. What the fucking shit? Okay, hold on. At least that way I know it resets now.
This place is crawling with agents. Chloe and Cutter could be in real trouble.
Where the hell could they be?
Yeah, it should be right there. Why can I not, like, what the fuck? Okay, I'm confused. Like, yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out what the fuck's going on there. Oh, okay. So apparently a solution is to stand
This place is
underneath it and
crawling with
grab it as
agents.
it's falling.
Chloe and Cutter could be in real trouble.
Where the hell could they be?
You know what? I don't care. At least I got it. I was worried that that would prevent me from getting all the treasures. It's one thing if I miss the treasure. It's a whole nother fucking thing if I'm, miss it because of the game's shit. So I would have been pissed off, but I got it, so it's not a big deal. Because I missed a few treasures in Uncharted 2. I got like 98 of the treasures. So I got the overwhelming majority of them, but some of them were like in really tight spots where by the time you could go, you miss it, you couldn't go back without replaying the whole chapter. Like, uh, there was a chapter, there was a treasure I missed in Uncharted 2, for example, where during the helicopter chase, you have to climb up this red shed to get it. And if you jump forward past the building, there's no way to get back. So by the time I realized that I had missed it, I couldn't go back without replaying the whole chapter. And I played through Uncharted with you, Sammy, so I have limited time, the limited time that we get each day to go through the Uncharted games. So I'm like, I'm not going to replay an entire fucking chapter one treasure. I'll just go back and get it some other time. But most of the treasures, I got all the treasures in Uncharted 1. So, if I can get all the treasures or as close to it, I'm going to try. And like I said, it's one thing if I miss it. It's another thing if, like, it falls. I should be able to pick it up and it's not. But I found a solution, so it's all good. I will be right back. I'm going to get my drink. And I'm still trying to decide what to do with my money. I know that I have to get Metal Gear Solid 3 Delta. I've done the math. I should have enough to get it. That comes out on the 26th, almost the 28th of this month. But if you get the deluxe version, it's 2 days early access, like Death Stranding 2. And I love Metal Gear Solid so much, and I want to support this. That I'm willing to shell out the extra $10, but also because it's a really, really good pack. Uh, it's 10 extra dollars. And, well, we talked about it yesterday, Sammy, but ED3 wasn't here. It's like 10 extra dollars, and it actually gives you like a pack of outfits from other Metal Gear games and weapons that weren't even in Metal Gear Solid 3. So you get 2 days early access, and then you get like a cool, like, other game pack and weapon pack, and I think that's awesome. And it's not like they're nickel and diming you like, oh, hey, we're going to take weapons that were originally in the game and we're going to make you pay for them after buying the game. It's like we're asking you to pay $10 extra to get weapons that weren't even originally in Metal Gear Solid 3 from other Metal Gear games that we had to recreate from scratch. Because obviously, they couldn't just reuse the model. Those games are old too. So I think for the 2 days early access and like the cool like costume weapon pack, it's worth it for me. But I did the math. I've done the math, and I should have more than enough to get it, and paid off just saving up on my own volition. but I also have enough money to get the new Mafia game. It's the 6th today. Yeah, it's the 6th. And that comes out on the 8th, so in 2 days. And I do like the Mafia games. I do. I think they're really good. They have phenomenal stories, great worlds. They're very historically accurate. The issue is that they're not very long. And they just said that the new Mafia game is about 10 hours long. And there are other games that I'll play that are pretty short. But they're highly replayable. Like, none of the Uncharted games, or at least the first couple, are super long, but they're really replayable. Or Resident Evil. A lot of the Resident Evil games, you could be like 6 hours, but I've replayed them so many times, I've gotten more than my money's worth out of them. But with Mafia games, I'm going to replay it, occasionally, but not that often. Maybe in a couple of years I might dig it out. So it's like, and ordinarily I just say fuck it, for the experience. But it's like, one, there's a big PSN sale going on right now, the summer sale. So it's like for the same price that I could get Mafia, I get several games. Some of them are really good, and so logic is like, well, Mafia is just coming out. It'll go on sale. But these other games, who knows the next time they'll be on sale. And then also, conversely, I got the laptop, and I've set it up, and I'm going to be doing streams on the laptop. I've almost got it figured out. Like, I know it's taken a while, but I had to learn all this stuff from scratch and do all this shit, and I had no experience, so... but with the laptop, there's all these games, on Steam for sale, super cheap, or COG that are super cheap. So it's like, man, I could get a bunch of older PC games for the laptop. And like my friend is like, well, you could just pirate the PC games. Like, yeah, you know how I feel about that. Like, I'm a man of my principle. I've said it before. If the game is available legally to buy and it's affordable, I'm gonna buy it. So like, yeah, technically, like, for example, Thief. I bought the classic Thief games a while back, like a week ago. They were $3 each, or not each, $3 altogether. They're super cheap. I mean, they're over 20 years old, so it makes sense. But technically, I probably could have pirated them. But it's like, they're affordable, and it supports the developers. It supports the people. It supports the preservation of these games, so I'm not going to pirate them. And if, like I said, if there's a legit way to buy it, that's not bullshit, that supports the developers, I'm going to. When you buy a game on COG, they're very consumer friendly with prices, and it goes to the actual developer. Compare that to if I was trying to hunt down an old PS2 game. I would have to pay hundreds of dollars, more than the games were ever worth when they came out, and it wouldn't go to the developer, it would go to some fucking asshole who's scalping the price. So that's why, like, you'll see me emulate classic games, most of which I actually already own anyway. Like, I did a Silent Hill 1 test stream the other day, and I actually own Silent Hill 1 on PS3 anyway through the PS Classic, so I actually already bought that anyway. But either way, because those games, the money for those games is not going to the developer. And, like I said, if I just wanted to get the first 4 Silent Hill games over $1,000, over. And I'm like, and none of that's going to the actual developer. And I'm not gonna condone, and I'm not gonna support the people that ruined old game collecting. Like I said, old game collecting used to be awesome, and they fucking killed it with this bullshit. Now it's like so prohibitively expensive, and that's like that's where Nintendo gets upsetting. It keeps upsetting me because Nintendo isn't willing to relicense the games, but they are trying to take down emulator sites, and it's like so frustrating because they've shown statistically over multiple studies over the years that people, if there's a legal way to buy the game, the overwhelming majority of people will buy it legally because they don't want to steal or what, yada yada yada. They want to support the devs, So like, there's always going to be some people who just want to get everything for free, so they'll always pirate it or whatever. But the overwhelming majority, they've shown if there is a legal, affordable way to get it, they will. So, take for example the Wii and the Wii U. Now, Nintendo brought about the virtual channel, the virtual shop. And it brought all these classic games that you could buy from like TurboGrafx, NES, SNES 64. It was great. And it was one of the Wii's best sellers. Literally, the Wii was an extremely profitable system, sold over 100 million units. The Wii is like one of the best-selling systems of all time. But Nintendo has publicly said that the virtual channel, the virtual shop, was one of the biggest moneymakers on Wii. Because for the first time in ages, they opened up the doors for these classic games to be purchased legally. And most people just want to play them on modern hardware. They don't want to track down these old systems. And other people who are new to the games, who didn't play them when they come out, could get them without having to track down the systems. You know what I mean? And like I said, it's all about ease of use because, like, if you grew up playing a game and you're into older game collecting, you would track down and spend a good amount of money for an older game system and play it. Somebody who did not play those games wouldn't, because there's no, like, why would I go to all this trouble to track down a game I've never fucking heard of? So by making these games readily available on it, well, then modern, it's now not modern. The Wii came out almost 20 years ago. God. So on a then modern storefront, they opened the gates for that, you know? And like I said, they made a shit ton of money. And the games were affordably priced. It would be like $4 for a SNES game, you know, like $1, $2 for an NES game. And so you get a lot of classic games on the Wii for pretty cheap. And I know a lot of people who play classic games like that, you know, through the virtual shop. Like, I had a friend who played Ocarina of Time, and he never played it on original hardware. He played the emulated version on the fucking Wii. And a lot of people are like that because, you know, the 64 was pretty old by the time the Wii launched. So a lot of kids growing up weren't going to have a 64, but they did have a fucking Wii, so they could get Ocarina of Time, those classic games, Donkey Kong Country 64, and play them on that. Yeah. Well, you can actually play with a classic controller. They had a controller you could buy. I actually have it still that I'll show you, Samantha. And it was made for playing those older games because the Wii remote wasn't exactly great for playing those older games. So like they specifically had a more traditional controller for that called the classic controller. I still have it in my closet somewhere. I've held on to it. I still have a Wii actually. It's up there. I can see it right now in my closet. And I actually have the gold Wii remote that came with Skyward Sword, so we're a collector's item now because we got the collector's edition of Skyward Sword. It's amazing. It's like it's a Zelda themed Wii remote. It's gold and has the Zelda symbols and shit on it. It's awesome. I've held on to that for many, many years. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you can technically play him with the Wii remote and the nunchuck, Sam. Like it's possible, it's just not ideal. So it's like most of the people who play classic games got the classic controller or GameCube controller. Just so you know, the Wii can play all GameCube games. The Wii was completely backwards compatible with the GameCube. So you can plug in a GameCube controller. So if you had a GameCube controller, you could play the classic games with that. So that's what a lot of people did. But yeah, like I agree with you, the Wii remote is, you know, fine for motion control games, not so fine for those classic games. You know? Where half the games is like the plus and minus button, 1 and 2 buttons. So yeah, I had a classic controller. It was just like a more traditional controller like this, you know, with the 2 sticks, trigger buttons, all that. So it was a huge moneymaker. And then when they did the Wii U, they kept it going. And they expanded it. They added Game Boy games to it, Game Boy Advance games. They added DS games to it because the Wii U had like a touchpad, so it worked really well. And so they kept the system going, and they even made it even better. They added more titles, and even though the Wii U was a flop financially, it was like Nintendo's biggest financial flop. They still made money off the virtual channel because there were still enough people buying the classic games, and it cost virtually nothing to bring them to the Wii U. So it was still a big moneymaker. So even when the console wasn't very successful, the virtual shop was still making them money. One of the only things on the system that was. because they could bring the games up to the system with relatively little effort, and people would buy them, and enough people bought them that it was profitable and made the money to do so. So for two console generations in a row, Sammy, they had the Virtual Shop where you could buy classic games, and it was a huge success. It was the biggest moneymaker on the Wii, one of the biggest, and it was one of the only things that made money on the Wii U. So even when that system didn't do well, the virtual games help them pick up some of the slack. And then when it comes time for Switch, they just say, no, we're not going to have the Virtual Shop anymore. We're just going to get rid of it. And that, like, to me, that never sat right with me. Because it's like, it's been one of your biggest moneymakers. Why would you get rid of it? Especially because it would have been even better with the Switch because it's portable. So, hey, not only can I play these classic games on a modern hardware, but I can take them on the fucking go, man. Like, Game Boy games are like tailor-made to be on the Switch's screen. You know, where they might look blown up on a big screen, playing a Game Boy game on a big screen, because they're made for a tiny screen. On the Switch, it looks great. So it seemed like a slam dunk. And then they finally, after many years, into the Switch's life. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. You get it, Sammy. Then finally, several years into the Switch's life cycle, they like, oh yeah, we're going to do classic games. But you can't buy them. You can't own them. You have to have the Nintendo Switch Online thing. I think it's called Nintendo Plus or Nintendo Switch Online, whatever it's fucking called. But it's like how, Nintendo, how Sony has PlayStation Plus. It's the Nintendo equivalent of that. Okay, but you can't buy the games. You can only play them while you have the membership. And it's like, okay, if you want to include the games as part of the membership, cool. Give me the option to fucking buy them. It's the same thing that they tried to do with PlayStation, Sammy, and Sony was able to get common sense in their head because about 2 years ago, they decided to start bringing PS1 and PS2 games to PlayStation 5 as part of the Classics program, and they would benefit from all kinds of modern bells and whistles. It was really cool because, like I said, it gave people to play those classic games, and like you could, some of them would have trophies. Which, remember, these games came out before trophies existed, so these games never had trophies. So, like, even if you played the games, like, oh, I can get trophies now. Not all of them, but a good chunk of them. You like save states. So, like, altering the controls because obviously controls have changed since then. But it was just a really good program. But at first, you couldn't buy them. You had to have PS Plus Plus because there's like 3 tiers. There's PS Plus Extra, PS Plus Premium. I have Premium. That's the full one. But at first, you couldn't buy any of the games they brought. You had to have the PlayStation Plus service. And people were understandably really pissed off about that. And Sony, to their credit, listened and changed it. All the games that were previously only, now you can buy. They're still part of the service. You can buy them separately. And all the future games just immediately are available to buy. Like, you still get the perks of having them, being able to try them out if you have PS Premium. Like, I can just try out this game. But if you want to buy them now, you can. So Sony did the same shit that Nintendo did, but Sony was smart enough to hear the complaints and course correct, whereas Nintendo's like, did what Nintendo always does and said, well, fuck you, we're not going to change. That's the thing about Nintendo. That's, like, what is so frustrating about them is they have their own way of doing things, and their way of doing things can be great. And it's a large part of the reason why we got amazing games, like Zelda, where Nintendo just has their own flair. But also, it means that they just refuse to compromise. And then on top of which, Sammy, a lot of the games had problems. The emulated games had problems that weren't there originally. None of them were unplayable, but like when they brought Ocarina of Time to Switch as part of the membership, it actually had problems with emulation that they figured out 10 years ago how to fix. So it's like, great, like, awesome. Your emulation, your emulation that from 10 fucking years ago, no, I'm sorry. Your emulation has problems that emulators figured out and fixed 10 years ago. And this is supposed to be, these are your games. So you think you would do a better job emulating them than people in their spare time, but I guess not. So it's like they couldn't even emulate them fucking right. And I mean, obviously, like I said, none of them were like, it was like visual glitches and stuff like that. Nothing major. They were playable. So it's not like they released a broken product, but it's like adding insult to injury. Like you're already, like trying to shut down ROM sites and you're already making people pay for these and a membership. They can't even buy them. So if you're going to do that, the least you could do is make sure that you're delivering a superior option and you're not. So it's like any kind of like downgrade is unexcusable. So it was just like, that's what I mean. Like it was just fucked up that they would just ruin that. And it's been like one of the biggest like bullshit things, you know? And um, they've kind of furthered that because Switch 2 obviously came out, and Switch 2 actually added GameCube games to the classic library, and like people have been asking for that for a long time. They asked for it for the Wii U because Wii U is more than capable of emulating GameCube. You can actually mod your Wii U and get it to play GameCube games really well. Uh, they asked them for the original Switch, you know, because Switch is more than powerful to emulate GameCube. Uh, And so when they announced Switch 2 that they were finally bringing GameCube games, it's like, yeah, but once again, you can't buy them. It's like, well, fuck. So we're now we know for sure we're keeping this shit going. Uh, into Switch 2. Like, you know, like a new system is like a new chance to kind of a clean slate to start over. And it's like we're already just keeping the old mistakes going. Fan-fucking-tastic, Nintendo. Hey, here's something you want in the worst way possible. Fuck you. And the whole point, the whole point I was making about this whole spiel, sorry if it's a rant or whatever, is when Nintendo made the games available to purchase for uh, an affordable price, it was incredibly popular. Like I said, it was one of the biggest moneymakers on Wii, which, by the way, Wii was one of Nintendo's best-selling systems, so if I say it's one of the biggest moneymakers on that, that's a lot. Uh, and it was on the Wii U, even when that system was a flop, it was one of the only things that made the money on that. So, like, just like common wisdom would dictate, man, we should keep this going. This is one of our biggest moneymakers. And the portable factor is perfect for this. But Nintendo pulled a Nintendo and just did something that made no fucking sense, and then they just doubled down and kept it going on Switch 2. It doesn't seem like they're ever going to change. But that's what I mean, and that's what's so frustrating about Nintendo, because they refuse to make these games available to buy. But they are trying to get sites that preserve these games for them taken down. So it's like, not only will you not do it, but you're going to actively interfere with the people trying to do it for you. Because in Nintendo's mind, they think they're protecting their revenue. But to that I say, if there's no legal way to buy these games that gives you money, remember, if you buy it online, you buy the game on eBay, Nintendo's not profiting from that. They get no money from a third-party sale. Then how are they taking money from you? You're not selling it. And furthermore, furthermore, uh, it's like, how are they taking money from you when you won't sell it? That would be like me saying, this guy over here, he's selling shirts. And he's taking money away from me. Money I could be making selling shirts. Well, you don't sell shirts. Well, that doesn't matter that I don't sell shirts. Yeah, it kind of does. And remember, one of the key things about all these sites, Samantha, all these sites, which I can't name in detail because the YouTube is things about that. It's like advocating piracy, so I can't I can talk about it, but I can't give specific sites. If you've ever noticed, like, I won't say sites, that's why. So I can get in trouble for that on YouTube. Uh, uh, but the whole reason, these sites, the golden rule of these sites, they never charge anything. Okay? These people who are making these ROMs of older games, they're not making money off of this. It is purely done to share these games with people and to keep the games alive. It is video game preservation. They're not profiting. If anything, there's like a small fee they're incurring. Yes, exactly. Uh, if anything, there's a small fee they're incurring because they have to maintain the server. You have any kind of server online that people can use, you have to pay fees on that. So they're actually, I think they like crowdfund it. You know what I mean? Like they just get money not for the games, but to keep the servers running, which is more than fair and is not against the law in any way, shape, or form. But they're not making money off this. They're not saying like, oh, we're gonna make money off Nintendo's games. They are purely doing it to preserve and share the games. I could maybe understand Nintendo's reticence if they were like selling their game and like you're profiting off of our games. But they're not. And they refuse to profit in themselves. So it's not like, well, if they said, well, we're selling this game, for example, uh, and you were offering a free version, you were undercutting us in our games. That would make sense. They're not doing that. And for example, a bunch of people actually got in trouble, and it was pretty funny. It was a scandal back in the day, Samantha, a few years back, 2022, 2021, somewhere around there, where exactly, it does, exactly, it gets people into the series. I know a bunch of people who have played older games through emulation, and then they got into the series. Believe it or not, it actually helps sales. But they don't see that. But a few years back, there was a Metroid Dread. It was, they hadn't done a Metroid game in a very long time, like 10 years, and they hadn't done a 2D Metroid in ages, like 16 years. So Metroid Dread was a brand new 2D Metroid. It was a big deal for fans of Metroid. A lot of people, myself included, really love Metroid. And so it was a big deal. It was like the series coming back after literally like over 10 years. And 16 since we had like a classic Metroid, you know what I mean? And there were people who were pirating that game and selling it and sharing it around on launch day. And Nintendo shut them down. And I absolutely agree with that. Because, one, this is not some older game that you can no longer buy legally. This was a brand new game that was readily available on Switch. Obviously, Switch is like one of the best-selling systems ever, literally. And it was like right at launch. And most games sell the most at launch. So offering a free alternative to their paid game at launch could really hurt a game's bottom line. And it pissed off a lot of people because they're like, well, if this is the first classic Metroid game we've had in almost 20 years. If this game doesn't do well because these people are pirating it, we might as well kiss our chance of getting any more Metroid games like this goodbye. So a lot of like fans of the series were upset. And Nintendo was absolutely right to do that. They were directly cutting into their bottom line on a freshly released game that they were offering an alternative. But there's a big difference between a game that's readily available on modern hardware and a game that's fucking 20 years old that you couldn't legally buy if you wanted to. And they treat it, yeah, right? See, exactly. God. But to Nintendo, it's all the same. That's the problem. Nintendo doesn't see the difference between people directly undercutting their sales on a game you just buy, uh, and a game that you couldn't legally buy if you wanted to. Like, for example, Max told me that he could pirate just about any PC game for me. He's real crafty with that shit. And I told him no, if I could find a way to buy it legitimately, I will. And like I've used in COG and I bought a couple games on COG and I could have pirated them. I didn't because I believe in supporting the developers. And those games were pretty affordable. Like I said, they were $1 on sale. And that supports the developer. So I'm not going to emulate them if there's a way to support the developer. There's a difference between, hey, there's a valid way to buy this, and this game is fucking, yes. Exactly, yeah, you think they would, but once again, it's Nintendo, Sammy. They don't do things that make sense. Here's common sense, and here's Nintendo way the fuck over here. They're not in the same neighborhood. Like they don't even cross. Uh so uh and it was funny too because uh several gaming media outlets actually burned their bridges with Nintendo over this because Kotaku is a media game outlet, and Kotaku, I could literally tell you a million horror stories about Kotaku, Samantha. Kotaku is fucking hated. Most people today hate most video games journalists because they suck. Video games journalism now, and I say that video game journalism sucks ass. Like, it's become a notorious thing because they're not gamers. They don't really like games. Like, they're the type of people we were talking about that suck. So for, like, the long time, people that haven't liked a lot of video games journalists. And Kotaku is considered to be one of the worst. They are fucking terrible. They make the worst fucking clickbait articles, and they don't know what they're talking about. They suck. So they're, like, infamous in the gaming community. Hardly anyone fucking likes Kotaku. But they did something that was fucking, awful, even for them. When Metroid Dread came out, they were telling people how to pirate Metroid Dread and how to set it up. Okay? Like, they were officially endorsing people and helping them to pirate that game. And that is, like, the dumbest fucking thing you can do. Because, number one, Kotaku works with Nintendo. Nintendo would give Kotaku copies of their games for review. Because even if I think they're shitty, they're still like a game journalist site. So, it's kind of like one of those things where you have to give your game to the press, basically, to see it. Like, it's one of those things you have to do, Give people, like, advanced impressions. So they would give them games to review. You know what I mean? Over the years, they gave them a ton of their games to review and all that. So they had a relationship with Nintendo. And it's like, number one, you were literally shitting where you eat. And it's just bad business. Number two, you're opening yourself up for a fucking lawsuit because you're officially endorsing theft, and you're a big magazine, so it's not like one random person on the internet. You're a big magazine. That is like a lawsuit territory. Number three, it was the hypocrisy because in the article, Samantha, he's like, well, I really hope Metroid Dread succeeds. What do you mean? What do you mean you hope it succeeds? If people play the pirated link that you're giving them, and they play that, you're helping to make sure it won't succeed. Because you're taking direct money out of the developer's hands at launch, which is like the most important time for the fucking release of the game. Like, you're saying that you want it to succeed while you were literally trying to help it fail. And Nintendo didn't sue them. I guess they decided it wasn't worth their time. But they did permanently cut all ties with Kotaku over that. Stopped giving them early looks at games. Stopped giving them review copies because game companies like Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo, a lot of the time, Sammy, they will give big reviewers free copies of the game. Because they know that somebody talking about the game, even if it's bad, will get the game attention. Like YouTubers playing games, giving their opinions on games is now one of the best marketing means for games. So they'll give free copies to the big reviewers and say, hey, will you review our game? Will you talk about our game? Even if you don't like the game, you're getting eyes on it. So that is one of the main ways that they, the one time they didn't sue was the time they had every right to. Isn't that great? Perfect. I didn't think about it like that. See, that's why I love you. You're such a smart cookie. But yeah, fucking Nintendo, man. So they give out free copies, and I hope one of these days when my YouTube takes off, they'll do that for me. Like I could get free games, and I can not only get them for free, but I get them early. So, like, I could get, like, a game, like, 2 weeks before, and obviously, like, there's stipulations. You can't show the game footage unless, like, a certain amount. Like, you can't show the game early. You can't stream it until launch. But, like, they give you the game, like 2 weeks early so you can make a review. So you have time to make a review and write it, because obviously if you're going to make a review of the game, it takes time to edit the footage and play through it. And people want to see those reviews on launch day, so you need a pre-start, so they'll give access as long as you say, well, I'm not going to leak the game before launch. So, like, that could be, like, an awesome perk where, like, a big game coming out, I could get it free and get to play early before anyone else. Like, a lot before everyone else. But either way, so they lost that. They had that privilege and they lost that, and it's like, it cost them in the long run. Now every time they get a Nintendo game, they have to buy it. So it's like, I hope all the money that you're now going to have to spend buying these games yourself, all the money that you could have lost from Nintendo sponsoring you, is worth your one shitty fucking article. Because that article permanently damaged your fucking brand and made one of the biggest game developers do it. Like, you know, I should talk Nintendo. I do. You know, we all do. And a lot of people don't like Nintendo, but they're one of the big three. It is Sony, it is Microsoft, and it is Nintendo. Okay? So, you know, I mean, you don't want to piss off any game company, honestly, because what good does that do you? But if there's somebody you wouldn't want to piss off, it's one of the big three. It's like, congratulations, like, you just cut yourself off from getting copies of Zelda, Donkey Kong, Mario, Kirby, fucking Smash Bros, Pokemon, like, a lot. So, yeah, sorry, like, I know I went into a bit of a rant and a tangent, but I was trying to explain, how infuriating it is, you know, that they literally, uh, they've shown statistically that if they made them available, people will buy them. They should see it empirically on their own systems. Hey, you remember, like, both times that we did this, it was really successful. So, like, you think, like, they would be able to say, we ourselves have seen it's a good idea. And it's fucking wild. And I was trying to explain, like, my moral standard, I guess you could say, when it comes to emulation. You know, like I said, because I want to support the developers. You know, it's only fair. You play a game. Yes, exactly. It's like, well, I made $50 extra, and you lost your job that was paying you way more than that. Yeah, exactly. Let's fuck ourselves out of all future articles on Nintendo for this one hit piece. You know, and now one of the three big game publishers won't work with them. So it's congratulations. Yeah, exactly. It's like you didn't think that article through, did you? And you know, I actually feel kind of bad. I feel kind of bad for them too, even though I don't like Kotaku as a site, because it was one of the people who work at Kotaku that made that article, Sammy, and they all suffered. You know, Kotaku is actually a moderately sized team. It's not just one person reviewing everything. It's like 15, 20 people that they had doing different things. So that one person's article fucked any of the people who worked at Kotaku out of ever getting anything from Nintendo. So that guy who did that article didn't just fuck himself, he fucked the whole company. So I actually feel bad for the people that didn't even have anything to do with that and just got hit in the crossfires. But yeah, that's what I mean. Stupidity is dangerous, man. But that's what I mean. Like, I think it's only fair. You play a game, you get entertainment from it. You pay the developers. You pay them for their hard time, for their work. And without that payment, the industry that I love would cease to exist. Games are not cheap to make. Several of these games are incredibly expensive to make. They need money. So it's only fair that you should support them. And that's where, like, I have a very defined principle where it's like, if I was to take a modern Switch game and I was to emulate it, to pirate it, that would be taking money out of Nintendo's pocket, because the game is readily available on modern platforms. So I could have paid, I could have supported the developer, but I didn't. But a game like Silent Hill, let's say for some reason I wanted to play Silent Hill 2, the original Silent Hill 2. I would have to pay $200. That's not an exaggeration, like I told you. over $200 to get a copy, and it's not going to support the people that made the game. It's going to support fucking scalpers on eBay. So it's not like, well, I should just buy it because it'll help the publisher. It won't. They don't see that money. I'm fine supporting the developers of the games that I love. I'm not fine giving the money to fucking Greg, scalping and hoarding old games in his mom's fucking basement while he jerks off. You know, and I have a ton of PS1 classics on my PS3 and my PS4 and my PS5, where they made the games available to buy on modern systems, and I bought them. So, like, when there was actually an affordable way to buy them, I did. That's how I owned Silent Hill 1. I bought a classic emulation of it for PS3. They brought a bunch of PS1 classics to PS3 back in the day, and I bought it there. So, if there's a way to support it, I will. There's not. A lot of these older games, you know, like a classic example. When I was a little kid, I played the Harry Potter games. Now, I have a very, very strong memories of playing the first Harry Potter game on PC with my grandma. She had a laptop, an old AOL laptop. God, hardly anyone ever uses AOL. You probably ask a kid these days what AOL is, and they'll look at you like you're fucking crazy. But it was AOL, and I played it on her laptop, and it was a fucking awesome game. I have a lot of great memories. Now that I have a laptop of my own, I was thinking about getting that game again, because it's a nostalgia trip. And it is still a thing, but hardly anyone uses it. Like, technically you can't use AOL, it's just like virtually no one does. And like I said, if you were to like ask a teenager right now, what's AOL, they'd be like, I don't fucking know. You know what I mean? Whereas, like, you know, back in its heyday, everybody knew AOL. You've got mail! That fucking purple gorilla that would pop up with the mouse and shit. I was used to fuck with that on the laptop. So I wanted to relive those memories. But when I looked, there is literally no way to purchase those old Harry Potter games. Nowhere. Not a single storefront. You could not buy those games legally if you fucking wanted to. Because I thought, oh, it'll probably be cheap. I'll track it down, I'll play it, you know. Nope. Yeah, so to like Zoomers, it's like the fucking Dead Sea Scrolls. It's like fucking broadband. Oh, man. But like, there's literally no way to buy those Harry Potter games. Legally. The only way is through emulation. Finding the games that people preserved. So, you know, Max told me, he's like, oh, you know, I can find you free versions of all these piece of games. And I told him no for them. But I asked him today, I said, hey, could you find me this Harry Potter game for PC? Because there is no way to buy it. And a lot of people have made a very good point. They've said, if buying isn't purchasing, then emulating isn't theft. But, you know, so, like, do you see what I mean? Where it's like, then, when there was no way to legally buy it, I would. And that also goes to what I'm saying, okay? So, there is no way to legally buy a lot of these older games. Like, so many of them, Samantha. And not only that, but these older games, for the most part, no longer work on modern hardware. If you were to somehow find an old disc for the Harry Potter game, like an old CD, it wouldn't work in your modern computer. Because it's like Windows fucking 7. These people who made ROMs of these games are the only thing keeping these games alive. There's no legal way to get them. The games were taken down off the storefronts. If they ever were, some of them are so old they predate all digital storefronts. So if it wasn't for these people preserving these games, making copies, these games would have fucking disappeared. They would be lost. So, despite all these people giving them shit, despite Nintendo like trying to hit them with cease and desist, taking down, what they're doing is a valuable service. Because right now, Samantha, gaming started pretty much in the 70s. There's some earlier precursors to gaming, but pretty much most people will agree that the start of gaming was Pong machines and Atari. ColecoVision and television, shit like that. So, the people who were there when gaming started are still alive. They're getting older now, you know. Like my dad, he was born in the 70s. He's 50, in his 50s. But they're still alive. There will come a time when there will no longer be anyone who was alive when gaming started. That is just the nature of time. And so as we get to that juncture, it is incredibly important to preserve these games. Because when they're gone, if they're not preserved, they're gone forever. You know, for example, Sammy, there is a ton of movies that are considered lost media because back when movies first started, uh, they didn't think, oh, movies are going to be around in 100 years. People are going to see this. So they didn't preserve them, and now there's a bunch of movies that we know of, we know they existed, that we can't find a copy of. Like, there's this guy called Lon Chaney Jr. He played the Wolfman in the classic Universal horror movies. And you know when you see like the Wolfman, he's the one he's based off of. But his father, Lon Chaney, was a silent film actor, and he did a lot of famous stuff. He did the first movie adaptation of Phantom of the Opera. Like they've done a million of them, but he did the first, thing, and it was a silent film. Uh, and he was incredibly popular. He's considered to be one of the foremost actors in horror, like one of the earliest horror actors that was in a bunch of movies. And his son, obviously, like I said, picked up the torch and was the Wolfman. So it's like it ran in their family. But he did this vampire movie called Vampires in London. And it was really well regarded. Came out in like 1917, I believe. There is no known surviving copy of this movie. People who were alive at the time said it was great and said they saw it. We have posters that people have found from when they advertised it. We have yet to find a surviving copy of that movie. For all intents and purposes, unless somehow, against all hope, it has survived in some forgotten corner, that movie is gone. A piece of movie history gone from the golden age of Hollywood cinema. And if we do not act to preserve games, that is what will happen to these classic games. They will break down and it will be as if they never existed. Even if, okay, see, the thing that's crazy, Samantha, even if you take care of your games incredibly, they will eventually break. They have something called, for CDs, called data rot. The data on the disc, on a CD-ROM, only lasts for so long. 30 years. 40 years, give or take. And even if you keep that disc pristine, you never use it, for example. You keep it, in a plexiglass case. The data will eventually rot and decay. So, every single classic CD game that you see out there, Samantha, is a fucking ticking time bomb. That eventually will no longer... Yes, exactly. Nobody knew it. Yeah, the nitrate. See, you're so smart. Yeah, they were made with amino nitrates. Which made them highly flammable. It caused a lot of accidents. A lot of those old classic films were lost in fires and shit. Because everybody's smoking, there was no guidelines, and oh shit, it was highly flammable. Smart cookie, that's why I love you so much. So, if we do not preserve these games, that is what will happen to them. They will no longer be accessible, and it will be not just on a gamer level, on a cultural level. Even think of how these games affected our culture. Mario, Sonic, Crash Bandicoot, they were a huge part of our culture in the 80s and the 90s. All the kids wanted to play fucking Super Mario Bros. Everybody wanted to play Sonic. Imagine if one day you could never play the original Sonic games ever again. You could never play the original Mario Bros. Ever again. It would be a piece, not of just gaming, I mean, of course, but it would be a piece of our culture gone. And for a lot of these people who it's part of their childhood, their memories, their growing up as a teen, it would be part of their history gone. And preservation, making digital copies of these games, is what keeps them alive, because these data copies, they don't decay like a physical copy would, a physical cart, and they can be replicated endlessly. So by these people who are emulating these games are essentially helping to preserve these games for virtually all time, as long as the files are kept up and maintained. Conceivably forever. So they're almost like historical preservation for video games. Especially because, just like a library, they're not profiting off of it. The library's not selling you the fucking books. And they usually run libraries at a loss through government taxes because it's a communal service. So that is why it pisses me off so badly, Samantha, that like Nintendo and all these people attack these game preservation sites, try to hit them with lawsuits. They've taken them down. They've had to migrate to a new site because they're doing a valuable service. They're not making money off of it. There's no financial incentive for them to do it. Yes, exactly. That's what I mean. There's no financial incentive for them to do it. These people who are preserving these games, they're not making money. Like I said, if anything, they're losing money because they're running the servers, keeping the servers running. It costs money to run a server, even a small one. They're literally doing this for love of the medium. They're not gaining any money. They're doing this because they love these games and they want other people to play them. Both the people who grew up with them that they can share it with, and new people who are being introduced to these for the first time, who weren't even born when the NES was a thing. They're doing a valuable service. It's important. And like I said, in 30 years from now, Samantha, those digital copies will be all that's left. And it sucks that like all these companies are trying to like thwart that and trying to shit on them because what they're doing is a service. Like there were these people who were trying to do a Switch emulator and they were charging for it. And Nintendo shut them down. And I absolutely agree with that because you could buy a Switch and they were charging for it. They were directly cutting into Nintendo's profits. I would have sent them a cease and desist. But there's a huge difference between that. And I'm sorry, I know I got into a rant and all that. But I was trying to explain my principles about video game emulation, what I think is okay, what I don't think is okay, why it's important, why it's not hurting these companies, why it's only a good thing, and why it's so frustrating that these other game companies don't see that, especially because they're in their head, these corporate shareholders, like, well, they're cutting into our profit. How? You aren't selling the goddamn game. What do you mean they're cutting into your profit? They're cutting. They're taking money from something that you're not selling. You know what I mean? Like Nintendo's like, well, we're trying to get this ROM site taken down that sells NES games because they're hurting our bottom line. You aren't selling them. How can they be making money off of something you're not selling? And they're not even making money off of it either way. But like, just ignore that. Just ignore the fact they're not making money off of it. How are they hurting your bottom line? You're not making them. And it's so frustrating because they've spent God knows how much money. I would say millions and millions of dollars, Samantha, getting lawyers and litigation and issuing cease and desist to these sites. When, for far, far, far cheaper, they could just make these games available to purchase on Switch. That would be a more effective way to cut down on piracy. I guarantee you, if they took a game that was hard to find, that people emulate, because it's hard to find and expensive, and they made here's a cheap way to buy it on Switch, you would see piracy for that game plummet, because people prefer, they've shown overwhelmingly through many, many studies, that if there's a legal option to buy the game, yes. Well, I mean, they may even include that in the user agreement. People don't read user agreements. I know I don't, as irresponsible as I may be, because it's like 50 fucking paragraphs. But even then, fuck them. Games were always meant to be shared. Thank you. Games were meant to be shared. You know, and it's like they're getting lawyers. They're trying to all issue cease and desist, and it's like you could just skip all that just by making the game available for fucking purchase. You could just skip all that and cut down on it that way. It's much cheaper because getting these games running on modern hardware is actually really easy, Sammy. It's not like a big porting process where it takes exactly. It's not like this big porting process, Sammy, where it takes a lot of money. Like you could do it for virtually nothing. Obviously, some work has to go into it. You have to convert it to the file system the system uses. It's not like you can just instantly do it. But in terms of gaming, it's really, really low effort. Like one programmer could do it by himself. You understand? So it's almost like a slam dunk. They take an old game, they port it to new hardware. It's very easy to port it to new hardware. Then they make money off of it. So it costs very little to make it happen, and then a lot of people buy it. It's a win-win. And for example, that was one of the reasons why, Samantha, the virtual shop was one of the biggest moneymakers for the original Wii. Because it cost them uh it cost them virtually nothing to bring these older games to the Wii. But once they brought them to the Wii, they would make a ton of money off of people buying the games. So their profit margin was ridiculous. Like, for example, there were times, Samantha, when the best-selling game on the entire store would be these older virtual games. Many times, actually. They're the games that were outselling new games. So they might take a game that's old, bring it over to modern systems for pennies on the dollar, and then have it be the best-selling game of that month over new games. Like, when they did that, they were raking in money fucking hand over fist. Cha-ching! Like, for example, I told you the Wii was incredibly successful. It's one of Nintendo's best-selling systems. The Switch surpassed it, but other than that, it's their best-selling system. So a lot of people are on the store. So when I tell you that they had these classic games be like the best-selling game of a certain month, that's a lot of money. You know, like they would sell Ocarina of Time, $10 a pop, and it would be the best-selling game that month. So they would make a couple $1,000,000 off of the game that took them virtually nothing to bring over. And because there was a legal way for people to play it, it cut down on fucking piracy. Fucking win-win. So like the fact that it was just like a slam dunk, and they just decided, hey, we're never gonna do this ever again, is just baffling to me. Like it's bad business. Like, do you know, Samantha? Like, do you know how much money they would stand to make if they took like all of those games for Switch, all the classic games that you have to have the membership, they made it available to buy? If they did that, if they made it so, oh, hey, you can still use Nintendo Plus, whatever the fuck, to get these games, but you can also buy them, I guarantee you they would make a couple $1,000,000 overnight of people rushing to buy these games because people don't want to rent these games with membership. They want to fucking own them. They don't want to think, well, I can play Zelda as long as my membership. They're like, no, I just want to give you a couple dollars and I own this and I can just play it on my Switch fucking whenever. So it's like they're saying no to basically free money. Like I said, porting these games to modern hardware, Samantha, is like pennies on the dollar. They're saying no to free money, and then they're wasting countless millions of dollars on these frivolous lawsuits for ROM sites when these people aren't even profiting off these fucking games. So like they're pissing in the face of legitimate money, and then they're wasting money on these shitty lawsuits. It's insane. And then they wonder, why do people keep emulating these games? I wonder why. You didn't make a way to buy them legitimately, bro. Like, what do you mean you wonder why? Like, it keeps being a problem because you keep not selling them. I guarantee you, if you stepped up and you made these games available to purchase, you would cut down on people emulating them to a fraction fucking overnight, man. Like I said, there's going to be some people that don't want to pay no matter what. But the overwhelming majority of people, they've shown through many studies, years-long studies, from all different countries, they've asked people, they've tested them, and they've shown Steam. Like Steam. Steam lets you keep track of how many people buy your games. And the statistics, it's really helpful if you're like an indie developer. You can see like what time people are more likely to buy your games when you had a spike in sales, for like coordinating stuff. They would see that they would have a game and it would be piratable. Yes, it would be piratable. And they would have a legal version for $5. And they were able to statistically see uh, they were able to statistically see uh, that people were overwhelmingly buying the version on Switch instead of pirating it. So these developers were able to statistically see, hey, these people could pirate my game for free, but they're choosing en masse, overwhelmingly, to buy it on Steam. They found in so many studies across the world that if there's a valid legal way to buy it, then 9 out of 10 people will. You're always going to get that 10th person who doesn't want to pay for any games. But the overwhelming majority, if there's a legal option to pay for it, they will fucking buy it. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's not like ridiculously overpriced. Not hundreds of dollars for one fucking game. Or for example, there was this indie developer, giving you another story. He made his own game. And in Brazil, they're really poor. So there was a large amount of piracy for his game in Brazil. And he actually reached out to Brazilian people to try and see what was going on. And they told him, well, we just can't afford it because, like their money is like worth a fraction of our own. Like, it's crazy. Brazil is their economy has fucking plummeted. It's really bad. So he was like, it's not like we don't want the game, we just can't afford it. So this guy, this indie developer, actually lowered the price to what these people agreed, and they stopped pirating the game, and it almost died overnight, and they started buying it legitimately. He was able to work with them, and exactly, they know they're supporting future games. They know if nobody pays for their games, gaming will die. If we don't buy these games, they will die. I want future games. You do that by supporting the medium. Nobody's going to make any more movies if you stop watching movies, if society stopped watching movies. So yes, most people want to support the games they love. Like me, they love these games. It's part of their childhood. They put hundreds of hours in these games. They want to support that. So, but this guy, he worked with them to lower the price to something that the average Brazilian could afford. And in his mind, he had really sound logic. He's like, maybe I'll take a loss, or I could take a loss on the game up front, but they're pirating it in mass, so I'd rather be getting some money from Brazil than none. And en masse, he found statistically, after he lowered the price to something they could afford, piracy in Brazil for that game, his game, dropped down to nothing, and he made money where he was losing it. Because when he made it so they could afford it, they decided to do that instead of pirating it. Like, they statistically bet that 9 out of 10 gamers, if there's a legal way to purchase it, they fucking will. You know what I mean? This is not just conjecture. Like, so many studies have shown this. And so it's crazy that, it's really awesome, and that cool that he could reach out to them and talk to them, because that's what he did. He actually got a translator and talked to Brazilian gamers on Steam and asked them, well, what could you afford? You know what I mean? And then he worked with them to bring that price down. Like, he didn't have to do that. He could just say, well, fuck you. Or he could have tried issuing a cease and desist or done stronger anti-piracy measures. And instead, he worked with them to make it so they could afford his game, and it worked out for everybody. More people could buy it, and he went from making no money to making money in that region. Like I said, it was a really smart solution. It was really cool. Nintendo would have nuked him into oblivion. and lost a ton of money doing it. So it's so crazy to me that game developers don't fucking get it. You think with how successful these marketplaces would be, with how studies have shown, well, everything I'm telling you, that they would be like, oh man, maybe we should do this, and they don't. Like, PS5 gets classic PS1 and PS2 games, and some PSP. Those are great, but their selection is very trifle. Like, I think right now, there's less than 50 PS2 games, and the PS2 library had thousands of games. So while I'm glad that there's some games, it's still nothing compared to what it could be. If they went full tilt, you know what I mean, into this and supported these classic games more. And that's what I want. I want everybody to be able to play these games and share them. You know what I mean? I don't want these games that were important to me, these games that shaped my childhood, that shaped me, to be lost to time. That would be heartbreaking. And it's like they're unwilling to preserve these games, and then they're pissing on the people that are trying to. It's infuriating. And none of them are a bigger dick about it than Nintendo, as you might guess. Yeah, sorry about that whole rant. I just was trying to explain how I felt about it, and statistically, and why emulation is so important, and why Nintendo's policy sucks so much ass. Why they make no fucking sense, and giving you a case by case basis for my argument. You know what I mean? Like why? Like they've shown that emulation isn't hurting games. Emulation is preserving games that they could be making legit money, and they're not. Like it's so shitty, and like why I keep to my principles. Like where there was tons of games that I probably couldn't have bought or didn't have to buy. I could have got Max to get me a free versions, a holiday maybe, and I didn't because I want to support the devs. So when there was an option, I did, and then for older games where I couldn't, I didn't. And as games get older and older, as the medium ages and these games degrade, their physical condition grades, it will only become more important to preserve them. It's not something where they just have all the time in the world. It's a time-sensitive thing. Clock is ticking. These games are degrading as we speak. So it's important now, and it will only become more important as time progresses. Yes. Well, I appreciate that you like my rants. I used to go on rants like this as a kid, and people were like, "Oh my god, do you ever shut up?" Or like they just their eyes would glaze over in real time, and they'd be like, "Oh my god, shut the fuck up." And then I'd be like, "Okay, sorry," and I would leave, and I would feel bad. So I appreciate that you like my rants. I appreciate that people on my channel come to my rants. It's kind of funny too, because like people used to make fun of me as a kid for my rants and be like, "Oh my god, you're such a nerd." Back when being a nerd wasn't cool, now being a nerd's cool. But back when I was a kid, it was like it's still an insult. And nobody cares about these old games. Nobody cares about this. God, you're such a nerd. It's shit they used to say. And now that's like my in-depth knowledge of games. My rants are one of the things that draws people to my channel. You know?
What the hell?
It's Cutter!
Got you in France.
We're
Chloe.
rescuing you?
From what?
We thought you were captured.
Or worse.
Wait, why?
Well, Talbot ambushed us at the chateau. It was a trap.
Yeah, we figured they must have followed you too.
Well, yeah, they're definitely here.
Yeah, no kidding.
So we might want to think about keeping it down a little.
What happened to you two? We've been trying to reach you for over 24 hours.
Oh, right, I need to top up my minutes.
You're using a prepaid phone?
Mate, those contracts are a complete rip-off.
What? Mine's broken.
Again?
Look, just forget all that. You'll never guess what we've discovered.
I love that so much. They're like, the whole time they're worried that Cutter and Chloe are dead. And he's like, no, I just ran out of minutes. And he's like, what?
Got it all in here. Not only did Elizabeth's spy network stretch all the way over here, but they were all part of some sort of hermetic secret society. The British Occult Secret Service, the School of Night, the Hellfire Club, the Order of the Golden Dawn, they're all connected.
So John Dee...
And Francis Walsingham and Walter Raleigh and even your mate Drake, they were all in on it. But for them it was all about the power. Controlling their enemies through espionage, deception, fear.
Hey, guys.
Wait. So Marlowe and her crew
are the same secret order 400 years on.
We cut to the goddamn chase, please.
Yeah, we really need to keep moving.
Sure. Here, look. Quod est superius.
Est sicut quod est inferius. As above, so below.
That's the key to all of this.
We need to get to the highest point of this castle.
Thus, the stairs.
Well done.
I love
We
Cutter.
should be able to find our way into the crypts with this clue. The entrance has got to be hidden here someplace.
There, that's the highest tower.
Okay, so we just need to make our way across... Oh shit, bollocks. Get down.
Now what?
All right, the only way to the tower is through them.
Great. Whatever happened to that sneak in, sneak out plan?
You what? We can't quit now.
Yeah, not when we're so close. Come on, we'll find a way around them.
They're here. We just have to find them.
Just wait till they get their hands on Cutter.
What about
Sweet.
Now they're done.
Gun with a scope.
Finished them off in France.
Going spec ups on their ass.
What was that?
Oh, come on. Ah, shit, it's a really finicky. Come on. There we go.
What's that?
What? How did he see me? I always try to go stealthy as much as I can. The stealth in this game is okay. It's not really super great. It's decent, but I mean, it doesn't need to be. It's not the purpose, you know, of the game. It'd be bad if they went more in on it, but they don't. But like I said, The Last of Us actually has really good stealth. And they translated that to Uncharted 4, so like, the stealth in Uncharted 4 is much better. Like, actually good. You can do an entire encounters quiet. And it's just a lot good. Like, the stealth in Uncharted 4 is actually really good. Kind of like I said, Uncharted and The Last of Us were made at the same time by Naughty Dog, but different teams. And they would frequently overlap and collaborate. So there's kind of like a piggyback effect, where they'll do something in Uncharted, and then they'll take those improvements and bring it in The Last of Us, and then they'll take improvements from The Last of Us and bring it in Uncharted. So in The Last of Us, they greatly improved that stealth, you know, because you're navigating this post-apocalyptic world, and it pays to be quiet. So then, by extension, they took all that work they had done on the stealth in The Last of Us, and they brought it back over to Uncharted 4, which is why Uncharted 4 has good stealth. So it's kind of cool to see how the two different teams of Naughty Dog piggybacked over each other. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. Both games were better.
What's that?
Fuck.
There's an entrance at the base of the tower.
Well, let's head to the top and see what we've got.
You know, like in these Uncharted games, Samantha, you basically stealth is just a way for you to kind of thin out the herd. You're going to get discovered eventually, but you can take out some, so it's less bad when you get into a shootout. In Uncharted 4, you have choice. You can go in guns blazing, or there's actually entire encounters you can take out completely stealthily. You can hide in grass. So, like, you know, in the jungle, there'll be, like, large bushes you can sneak into. And like I said, just the stealth in Uncharted 4 is just dramatically better. I mean, the gameplay overall. Like I said, with Uncharted 4, they jumped from PS3 to PS4, so it was like the next generation of Uncharted, so everything was improved across the board. Let me see, I'm trying to make sure. Exactly. Okay, that was a weird glitch.
Gate, perfect. Charlie, give me a hand with this. You through?
Yep, clear.
Got it. All right, down. Come on, follow me.
I'll try this new pistol.
Yes.
No. Here we go. Got that treasure. Okay, so we're doing good so far. Oh, okay, it's a fully auto pistol. That's cool. There's a grenade, but I already have max grenades.
Up this way.
Oh, shit.
Watch it now.
Yeah, you got blown out of the tower. Oh, shit. Only Nathan Drake could have a big-ass gunfight wall fucking climbing up a tower.
God damn it! Bullets!
Oh, sweet. Magnum.
Nice.
Fuck yeah.
Working on it!
Bitch.
Thanks, kid. Saved our asses.
Okay, we loop back around where we were before. Just want to make sure. Okay, I don't think there's any more of these fuckers. Here we go. Well, now I can loop back and try and figure out where I'm supposed to go next. Maybe through the door. Okay, let me try that again. I think I might have missed something.
Rise!
Hey, weapons!
Working on it!
Thanks, kid. You saved our asses.
That's probably some symbol. Or maybe I just have to hop back out the window and keep climbing up. I had to save them, you know? No, it doesn't really look like it. Okay. I'm not really sure where the fuck I'm supposed to go. Trying to. Like I said, I'm sure it's one of those things where it's like when I see it, I'll be like, oh, okay. No, don't take the pen. Fucking stick. Come on. Dum 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 dum. Hold on. Let me Google it because I don't want to be stuck right here like a chicken with my head cut off. Yeah. Sounds like a James Bond movie up in this bitch. Oh. Nope.
Holy crap.
Ah, come on, bro. Okay, here we go.
Up this way. Come on.
Up here.
Hey, keep us covered, all right?
Yeah, we'll just hurry it up, lads, okay?
We're sitting ducks out here.
Hey, here. You see? As above, so below.
We're definitely in the right spot.
Yeah, but the right spot for what?
Well, the Crusaders would have hidden the entrance to the crypt somewhere in plain sight. Wait a sec. Yeah, look. That same symbol appears on Drake's map. Right next to this.
Of course, Ursa Minor, the North Star.
The one fixed point in the night sky.
So if we follow that down to the castle...
What do you bet it points right to our hidden entrance? Can I see that?
Yeah. I want it back, though. Use the scope, mate.
I will.
If you're not going to use the scope, give it back. I'll find it.
I'm gonna use it. I found it. All right, now let's see if we can find that entrance. Should be directly below the North Star. There it is.
Well, that's hidden in plain sight, all right?
Guys!
Yeah, just a minute.
It can't be that simple, can it?
Nate!
Look out!
Get down!
Run!
Run for it!
Ah, shit! Come on, you guys, hurry it up!
Jesus!
What the hell's wrong with these guys? They're destroying this place!
There! There's a wire! We can zip line across!
Oh shit.
Somebody grab that rifle! Incoming! Not gonna be any left of this damn thing by the time they're through.
These guys don't give up!
Thank you for watching. I really appreciate you. You should like, comment, and subscribe. Every time you see a good YouTuber and you don't subscribe, your penis gets a little shorter. I wouldn't risk it if I was you. I would just subscribe. Hit that button. I'm looking out for your well-being. Oh shit.
Somebody grab that rifle! Incoming! Not gonna be anything left of this damn thing by the time it's through.
These guys don't give up.
Come on, we gotta move now.
You see, trying to make sure I get all the treasures.
Ready? Let's go!
Right! It's all clear! Come on! Come on, Nate, come on! Run! Come on, go, go!
Yes, this is an adult channel. Yeah, I am not for children. So, please only watch this channel in the company of people whose balls have dropped.
Where are they? Hey! Hey! Down here! You guys okay?
Yeah. Yeah, we'll find a way around to meet up with you.
Watch out!
Crap! Hey, mate, look.
They just came
It's the
across the
tower.
wall.
What about Sully
Right
and
out
Chloe?
and find them.
They're fine. Look. It's right there. We've got to check it out.
No, I don't think that's a very end. He's gone. Great. Better do this quietly.
Stay together. Hunt them down.
There's one above me. Then you have one right there. One right there.
Keep a lookout while I search the area.
And one right there in the courtyard. So we got 3 that I can see. You got that one right there again. One up the stairs. No, there's another guy right there I didn't see. So we got 2 down there.
Huh?
Who's that?
Get him!
You're through!
Oh, well. I hear the shots, but I don't see them. Where the fuck are they? Grab that, so at least I have a sidearm. Yeah, I guess I could have taken that path up here.
Come on, this way.
You got it.
Oh. This is it.
Yes. Oh. I knew it couldn't be that simple.
Wait. It wasn't a storage room 1,000 years ago.
No, mate. We are missing something. Hey, hold on. The statues, you see? One hand up, one hand down.
Yeah.
Look, above, below. It's the same theme again and again.
So, just another breadcrumb on the trail?
Oh, it certainly looks that way.
Let me see the scope again.
Yeah, sure.
Thanks. Hey, here's that symbol again. Yeah, maybe it's not in the sky this time, but down below somewhere.
It's got to be something down in the castle itself.
Oh, hey, Rhea, it's good to see you.
Yeah,
Boom.
there.
As below, so above?
Yeah.
All right. So now move the scope up. What are you doing?
Oh, shit.
See? It's up here.
That tower, you think? Yeah. Those pillars. That's gotta be it.
All right, let's get over there and check it out.
Yeah, we'll meet up with Sully and Chloe on the way.
They're over there!
Shit! They spotted us!
Come on, Charlie, we can't stay pinned down here. We gotta move.
Oh, shit! Where did that come from?
It's Sully.
Sully has a rocket launcher. He got one. Now he's covering us.
Sully.
Good old Sully.
Boy.
It's a grenade.
Oh, yeah, well, when you set up your new channel, just, give us the links and all that, and I'll do everything I can to support you. Samuel, too. And I'll share your link in my Discord. You know, I always try to help you any way I can.
Okay.
No.
Chick-fil-A is so fucking overrated, dude. Like, I'd always heard Chick-fil-A was so good. And one time I got a gift card for, like, Uber Eats. And I tried out Chick-fil-A because I heard everything, and I'm like, man, this is... I mean, it wasn't bad. But it's like, I heard everybody sing this praises like it's the best chicken sandwich in the world. I'm like, I really disagree. Yeah. See, that's, like, I never really liked, like, KFC because, you know, I grew up in the South, and my grandma, she used to literally be a chef. She could make the best fucking chicken, so it's like, we have better chicken at home, man.
Flush him out. Snipers in the tower. Watch out, there's two of them.
There. We can get to the pillars from that tower.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember there was actually stories a couple years ago of a guy literally being fucking killed because they had a new chicken sandwich at Popeyes and they wanted it so bad that a guy knifed another guy to take it, and I'm like, Jesus Christ. There's no chicken sandwich in the world that's worth dying over or killing over. Like, what the fuck? Oh, God, people are crazy. Seriously, you can look that up, Sammy. That was a real thing that happened. They opened up a new, really popular chicken sandwich item for Popeyes, and a guy knifed and was killed so somebody could take it over a fucking chicken sandwich. That was like a year ago, 2 years ago. Recently, it was super fucked up. Let me see about getting ammo. Yeah. Well, see, that's the whole thing about fast food, man. It's meant to be fast food. It's not meant to be amazing food. Like, Taco Bell is a nice, like, comfort food snack if you just want something Mexican-themed, but you don't want to sit there and make it yourself. You know, but it's not going to be as good as, like, something you could make from home. That's the thing. Like, it's for the convenience. You know?
Come on. We gotta meet up with those guys.
Sweet. Okay, that's the last relic in this chapter. Yeah, that's true. But you get what I mean. I'm just saying, like, you know, I don't think I've ever met anyone
Come on.
who thought to themselves, man, McDonald's has the best burger ever. No, it's just like it's convenience.
You too.
Although I will say, I do fuck with the Taco Bell quesadilla. And
Here's the wall.
the Doritos Locos,
The crypt entrance should be here someplace.
Well,
the Doritos Locos tacos were a clever idea.
what does Lawrence have to say about it?
He doesn't.
Oh my god.
This is as far as he got.
What are our
Jesus.
chances then?
Symbolically, 2 pillars are used to mark a gateway.
Swell. Which two?
And a gateway to what?
Well, another realm, a holy place, a place of initiation.
Oh, doesn't that sound like fun?
Mickey D's. Reminds me of that the movie Rhea, Let's Go to Prison. Have you ever seen that? The guy Terry Crews, like one of Terry Crews' big early film roles. He's sitting there like giving people McDonald's, and he's just like, a cheeseburger for $1. Pulls out his fucking pants.
Maybe around the corner.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, it's been a while since, yeah, but I just remember that, man. Terry Crews rolling up in prison and pulling out a fucking McDouble out of his underwear, man. Want a cheeseburger for $1? It was like, what the fuck? They just shot Cutter with a dart.
No. Give it to me. Good. Now the journal. Thank you. Don't trust Drake. Hell's Charlie?
Who knows?
No. Shit.
He's gone. How in the world?
Hey, Charlie, you okay? Huh?
Charlie?
What the hell? Look at this.
Man, what kind of Black Ops bullshit is this?
Let's just hope he didn't have a big dose.
Oh, no.
Oh, shit.
Easy now. Look at me. Charlie, right here. Come on, we gotta move now, okay?
Don't touch me. Get away from me.
All right.
No one's touching you, Charlie.
What the hell was in that dart?
Your face is peeling off.
Well, whatever it was, he's tripping balls.
Charlie, listen.
Five Guys, burgers and fries. I've never had Five Guys, so I can't really speak to its quality. I tell you what, you want to know something? The best fucking burger I ever had, hand to God, was from a Waffle House. I used to work at a Walmart, and down the road and across the parking lot was a Waffle House, open all night. I went there like 2 a.m. one time. And we sat there, and I had a cheeseburger. This older lady, sweet older lady, cooked it for me. That was the fucking best burger I have ever had in my life, hand to God. We sat there, and it was like 2 a.m. Nobody else was there. That was fucking sublime. I actually make a pretty tasty burger myself. I'm a pretty decent cook. I'm not like fucking Gordon Ramsay. It's raw, but I'm a pretty good cook. I can make a nice burger. I can make I'm making the pasta. It's kind of funny because I've actually wound up making my girlfriend sandwiches. It's always like, make me a sandwich. But like the truth of the matter is, I've actually made my girlfriend somebody. Cause like I would make me a sandwich and I would make them one. Because they were hungry. So I'm like, oh, the irony. And I did. Yeah, exactly. I would ultimately wound up making more food for my girlfriends than they ever made for me. uh,
Hey, you're okay.
I won't let you take me.
Hey, nobody's taking you anywhere.
Just come with us, okay?
Yeah.
Oh, no. The floor's melting.
We can't stay here. We gotta move.
How?
Our only hope is to find the crypt entrance.
Great. Any ideas?
Well, Charlie was onto something. I just don't know what.
The wand of the magician.
you know, we will occasionally get Domino's from time to time. And I actually like getting Domino's because you're not gonna make pizza at home, so it doesn't have to be high quality pizza. You know what I'm saying? And I like Domino's. I get extra cheese and sausage, Italian sausage, uh, and I like it. Low light sauce, because you're not gonna. I'm not. We're not gonna make pizza at home. You know what I mean? So it's not like well, some this. So Little Caesars pizza, pizza. No, I'm good. I tell you what. Okay, a good kebab, big box full of meat. Okay, first of all, Sammy, that sounds super dirty. Second of all, I have there are so many jokes I can make. But yeah, uh, kebab is great. It's like, I'll give you a big box full of meat. My man meat! Sorry, I had to. You can't set me up for that and then not. It writes itself, man. Uh, Once in a while, I like a good meat in my box, if you catch my drift. Really livens up the place when I get a sausage. Uh, don't mind the cobwebs. It's a wee bit musty in here. Oh, jeez.
Man, without his journal, we're never gonna find it.
Just let me think. All right, hermetic. From the Greek, Hermes, meaning pillar.
I think we got that part.
Is that 7 pillars of wisdom?
You don't want your own food.
Wait, we've got this all wrong. It isn't the space between the pillars. It's the middle pillar.
Thank you.
What?
It was in Charlie's book. The pillar of balance between the two extremes. Between black and white, water and fire, female and male. The middle way.
The middle way.
The middle way.
That's it. Sully, give me a hand with this. Come on.
No, it's okay, Charlie. Come on, mate.
And Charlie already has a problem with claustrophobic spaces, as you've already seen, at the best of times. So he's really not enjoying the claustrophobic spaces when he's tripping fucking balls.
This way.
Chapter 9, The Middle Way. Yeah, I guess, it's like, you hunted it, you earned it. My dad used to hunt buck and stuff and eat it, and he's told me he liked venison. He's hunted some stuff. I just, if you want to hunt something and eat it, just say, fuck the middleman, I'm just going to hunt you and put you on my plate. Cool. Just, I just don't approve of hunting for sport. I'm really big against that. At the very least, if you're going to hunt for sport, you could take your game and you could give it to somebody who does want to eat it. So even if you're hunting for sport, it's not going to waste. Like the Native Americans, they hunted all the time, but they were really big on not wasting. It was against their culture to just kill something and leave it there. I believe in the circle of life. There's an ecosystem. Animals eat us. we eat animals. It's an ecosystem. It needs to be done. They've shown in areas where we didn't hunt deers, they overtook the wildlife and killed the other populace. So, like, we're part of the ecosystem. There's such a thing as underhunting. We do need to hunt. The ecosystem that is developed around us as part of it. But that's needs to be done. And I don't believe in hunting for sport, and I don't believe that something should suffer needlessly. Okay? Anytime you kill an animal, wildlife, and hunt it, it should be killed cleanly. It should not suffer any more than it needs to. And, don't take its head and stuff it and put it on your fucking wall. Give it some dignity. Actually, fun fact, fun story. Samantha, I am a fucking prodigy with a bow and arrow. The thrill of the chase. When I was 16 or 17, I was dating this girl, so I was like high school age, and she took archery as a hobby. So one day I went with her to her high school, and they offered me the chance to try out some of the archery. I was a fucking crack shot with that bow. I mean, they were like, I impressed the shit out of them because I had never used a bow. Like, I had used like a little toy bow you give as a kid with like a plunger, not like a real bow and arrow. And I was able to fully draw back the bow. And they said that a lot of people, that's like, it takes them a while to even get the arm strength to pull back a compound bow. I was able to fully draw back the bow and was able to fire with enough force that the first time that I missed, it stuck in the wall, and they said that was crazy. They had never seen that. And then I was able to hit the fucking bullseye from over 100 yards 3 times. I literally had the instructors, like the archery instructors, fucking dumbstruck. They're like, are you sure you've never used a bow? Like, and I'm like, no, I have not. And I mean, like, seriously, like, they were like fawning over me, like, holy shit, I can't believe you could just even draw it back. This is a compound bow. I mean, this is a heavy fucking bow. And there were people there who had been there for weeks, and they were talking to me, and they were like, you're better than me, and I regularly come here, and so like I am legitimately fucking gifted with the bow, or at least I was. Like, I mean, I was able to pick it up like fucking no time flat. Trying to make sure. Okay.
All right, you two go on ahead. I'll help Charlie.
All right.
Come on, buddy.
Oh, that's
okay.
cool.
Where are you taking me?
Just gonna get right through here, okay?
Just why are you doing this?
You're gonna be all right, buddy.
Stop touching me!
You're all right. Take it easy. Take it easy, Charlie.
All right, we're through. Wait. Another passage up ahead.
Just go on. I've got him.
We'll light the way for you.
Come on, mate. We're almost there.
But yeah, we're in a dark underground crypt with somebody who's claustrophobic, who's tripping fucking balls. This just keeps getting better and better.
Stop it.
I almost feel bad for Cutter. Imagine having to face your worst fear while you're tripping fucking, majorly tripping. Like, God, that's gotta suck.
I've got to get out.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, well, I wasn't, like, trying to, like, show off or anything. I was just saying, like, it was amazing how quickly I took to it.
That's it. Oh, no. Charlie, go on. Come on, just one more.
I won't let you!
Oh, shit.
Charlie.
So, like, I'm trying to help you. Let me knock some sense in you. So, like, this is for your own good. Yeah.
Let's talk about this, all right?
Stop it!
Charlie.
Charlie! Damn it!
Say, just calm down.
Yeah, that is very true.
Just calm down.
Stop it!
Let's talk. Listen.
Stop it!
Listen.
Stop it! Stop it! Charlie, no! Stop! Charlie, cut her!
Charlie? 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 No!
Get
what
back!
Don't! Charlie, you're killing Nate. Okay, you gotta listen to me. You are killing Nate. Charlie?
It also goes to show you how much Sully cares about Drake, where he likes Cutter. You see he likes Cutter, but if he had to, he would fucking kill Cutter to save Drake.
Jesus.
If he hadn't stopped him, he would have popped him.
Here we go.
I'm all right. Here we go. I'm all right.
Nate, I'm really sorry. I'm sorry.
We're even.
Hold on this. You weren't. You weren't gonna shoot me, were you, mate?
Like a rabid dog.
Wow.
Let's try this again. I'll go first this time. Shit.
Hey, follow me.
No, I'm not turning my back on you just yet. After you.
Huh. Oh, great. Next thing I know, you'll be putting that gun to the back of my head telling me about the rabbits.
Hey, play nice, boys.
Yeah, come on. You're almost through.
Come on, let's move it along. They'll be looking for us.
Wait.
Looks like this thing should spin, doesn't it?
Damn room looks like some kind of ancient device. You gave it to Talbot, don't you remember?
What? No, I didn't.
Yeah, your gun too.
Oh, bollocks.
Alright, we need to figure out how to get it spinning.
Look at this channel.
It looked like they were meant for water. See anything up there?
Hey, I bet we can light these.
They look like some kind of projections. They're marking positions on the...
Oh, that's awesome.
globe.
Let's get the other ones lit.
More to go. Just one left. Nice one.
Incredible. The beams don't line up with anything, though.
Let's keep looking.
Ah, fuck.
Is that the water?
I'm not sure.
More spiders.
Oh, no. Please tell me that you see them too.
Oh, yeah, I see them. Whatever you do, don't let them touch you.
Really?
Just stay in the firelight.
What are you doing?
I should be able to make it over to that brazier if I run for it.
You what?
I'll clear the way for you once I get there.
If you get there, you're mental.
We have to get the water flowing. You have a better idea?
If you throw the torch down there, you might be able to light the brazier. You got it. Grab another one and try again. Nice thrust.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you need a change, you know? Don't blame you. Variety is the spice of life. Variety is the spice of life. Ugh, God, repeat my shit. Let me see. Yeah, basically making your own digital band, so basically doing your own gorillas.
Hurry, Nate! They're on the move!
Ah, fucking spiders. Oh, what? Come on. What? Ah, bullshit. I missed. Oh. No! Nay! No! Yeah, that'd be
Get on the
cool.
other crank. Help me open it.
Let's give it a go.
There we go.
Too many games and not enough time.
Tell me we have to swim across.
What's the matter, Charlie? Oh, Kitty don't like getting wet.
Okay, actually, wait, before I open that, yeah, I gotta drop down here and shoot that. Yeah, we can always try, exactly. Like, there's still so many things I'm introducing Sammy to, man. Like, you know, she got out of gaming back in, like, GameCube, pretty much. So, like, there's so much she missed. Okay, so I can drop. Okay. Oh, okay. I have to. Okay. I do have to open the water. I thought I had to get down
on
there
the other
before.
crank. Help me open it.
Let's give it a go.
Yeah, I mentioned to you earlier, Rhea. Yeah, exactly. That's true. I mentioned to you earlier, Rhea, that I think I'm going to be able to stream Vita because my Vita is modded, and I think I can actually just use the USB thing to directly capture Vita, which is really cool.
There we go.
Yeah. Well, still, that's still so much. Like, that's 2 generations you missed.
Charlie? Oh, Kitty don't like getting wet.
I hate getting wet.
Okay, fuck. Okay, gotcha. I have to shoot it when I'm right under it, like the other one.
All right, get on the other crank. Help me open it.
Let's give it a go.
There's a ton of video games I'd love to introduce Sammy to. Vita is such a great underrated system, honestly.
I hate getting wet.
Boom, okay. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I feel that. Hop in that game store and just buy it all like Daddy fucking Warbucks. Big spender, baby! Oh, yeah!
Okay, one more.
All right, let's do this again.
It worked. It started to spin.
Should be able to rotate the globe now.
Now we're getting somewhere. Hey, it looks like those light projections might line up with the land masses.
Go on, give it a spin.
Cha. For the thrill. The sheer sexual thrill! Okay, one of the things goes there. It's just a question of which one. Not that one. Let me. That one? No. No, I think I gotta keep spinning it. Wait, I think that one goes there. Okay, it's a question of... Oh, okay. I can use the other stick to rotate it in a different direction, like... Okay, gotcha, because it wasn't lined up. I was like, what the fuck? Okay, okay, I get it now. Wow, 10 people are watching. Thank you, I appreciate you. Noise!
Nice job, kid. You did it.
Incredible. That's gotta be the entrance to the inner crypts. Come on.
Just in case I'm taking a torch. None of these spiders are gonna jump me. Fuckers.
Here we go.
Ah! One of dead or alive. That's funny. That's really clever. Wanted, dead or alive.
All right, we're looking for a night. It's tomb, just like we found in France. Now, if my hunch is right, he'll be buried with the other half of our amulet.
Sweet. Okay, that's all the treasures in this chapter. Nice.
Is that it?
Yeah, just like the one in France.
Amazing.
Yeah, brilliant. Let's get it open. There it is.
What did I tell you?
Let's see the other half.
Yeah, about that. Talbot has it.
What?
Yeah, I told you how he ambushed us at the chateau. That's when he took it.
Well, why did we even bother then?
Hold on. Give me a little credit. Here. There. You see?
And with the inscription complete.
We know exactly where to go in Yemen.
Going to Yemen.
Thank you very much.
Nicely done.
Yeah, all the same. I think I'll hold on to this one.
All right.
I mean, you gave Talbot the fucking notebook, so you don't really want to go there, Cutter.
Shit. They must have followed us.
We better hope there's another way out of here. Oh, there's a draft over here.
Hey, come here.
Yeah, I can feel the breeze.
Awesome. Please be an outside wall.
It's got some give. Charlie, help me with this.
Yeah.
Guys, we don't have much time.
Come on, go!
Thanks very much. I'll take that.
Oh, now the sun's coming up.
Drop your weapons.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Well then, what a dilemma. We seem to be equally matched. Until the rest of my men show up, that is.
We can wait.
Oh no. Guys?
Charlie?
Oh, God damn it.
Now that changes things a bit, doesn't it? Now drop your guns.
Why don't you go for
Cutter, shoot him.
No.
Wait. Just stop. Okay?
Now that's better, isn't it? Shoot him.
You son of a
Cutter,
bitch.
pull the trigger. My pleasure.
Run! Head for the tower!
Go, go!
Run!
Might have given us a wink or something.
That easily, did I?
Shit. Come on.
That is where I give you the trivia I was telling you about.
What can we do? What can we do?
Charlie.
What the hell? You didn't get very far, did you? Hand it over. Piss off.
There's nothing we can do, kid.
Jesus, this is unbearable.
Oh, Carter. I had such high hopes for you.
Yeah, right.
It's true. You had potential. Now, well, it's funny how things work out, isn't it? You betray my trust, and now we find ourselves here. As if it were in the cards all along.
Charlie, don't.
Shit.
No.
No! Hurry! Go! Charlie!
Okay, so originally, Cutter was supposed to be a part of this entire game story. And by extension, Chloe. However, the actor for Cutter played one of the hobbits, or not the hobbits, I'm sorry, played one of the dwarves in the Hobbit movies. Now, they did a couple of reshoots for the Hobbit movies as they reshuffled it around. So when he started to do the role for Cutter, he had finished The Hobbit, but then he was called back to do reshoots. And he had already signed a contract with The Hobbit. It was in his contract to come back for reshoots for everybody. So abruptly, in the middle of this game's development, Cutter had to leave. The actor for Cutter had to leave and go back to The Hobbit. He had no choice. So they had to basically write him out because replacing his actor midway through would just be fucking weird. And removing him from or getting another actor to replace all of his lines would be weird. So Cutter was supposed to be a much, 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 much bigger part of this game than he is here. He breaks his leg from falling off this tower, and then him and Chloe bow out, and they're not in the rest of the game. And that is basically their way of writing him out. Because they didn't have a choice. They were not given it, and they had already committed to the 2011 holiday release schedule. Like, this was Sony's big game for that year. So it's not like they could delay it and wait for him to come back. They had already announced the game's release date and all that. It would have been a big blow to Sony's financials. And it always kind of bummed me out. Like, I understand why. They were faced with a very difficult situation. But it always kind of bummed me out because I really like Cutter. I really like him as a character. I like his acting, his emphasis with Drake, and I really would have liked to see him been in the whole rest of the game and see the plot differences that would have resulted. Whereas he just kind of unceremoniously bows out here. And by extension, kind of Chloe does too, and it seems like they had more plans with her. I think maybe even Cutter and Chloe could have wound up getting together, because Drake is still into Elena. But that's just an interesting tidbit of trivia.
It's bollocks! Don't move! Don't move! Jesus, my leg! Don't touch it! It's broken! I know it's broken.
Just easy does it, Nate. Hang on. Nate, look at this.
Oh, what the hell?
This way!
Okay, we can't stay here.
Just leave me the gun. I'll kill those bastards.
No way. We're getting you out of here. Come on, get up.
And like I said, it was nobody's fault. He thought he was done filming The Hobbit. You know what I mean? Because if you're familiar with The Hobbit, I'm not familiar if you've seen the Lord of the Rings movies, Sammy. I think you mentioned you have, but I don't know if you've seen The Hobbit. I'm a huge Lord of the Rings fan. I've seen all of them. I went to the theaters to see every Hobbit movie. They originally intended to do 2 Hobbit movies, and it was split into 3. And they actually made like a whole new movie's worth of footage, because they're like, well, Peter Jackson at the time told himself, I'm not coming back, so whatever we want to include, we want to include. And a lot of people will shit on the Hobbit movies. I absolutely fucking love the Hobbit movies, and in fact, unpopular opinion, The Hobbit, The Desolation of Smaug is my favorite Middle-earth movie. Oh, misty eye of the mountain below, keep careful watch of my brother's souls, and should the sky be filled with fire and smoke, Keep watching over doing sons. God, I love that song so much. I See Fire, fucking Ed Sheeran. They got him to do the theme for The Hobbit. I know like every word of that song by heart. Uh, uh, but I fucking love The Desolation of Smaug. That is one of my favorite movies, and I fucking adore it. Uh, and when they expanded it from 2 movies into 3, uh, they added stuff from Tolkien's own fiction. He made up stories that bolstered The Hobbit and connected it for Lord of the Rings. So I will defend the idea to split into 3 movies. Yeah, it's the theme for Desolation of Smaug, I See Fire. And there's a particular line uh, in that song that sticks with me. And if the night is burning, I will cover my eyes. For if the dark returns, then my brothers will die. And as the skies fall down, it crashed into this lonely town. With that shadow upon the ground, I hear my people screaming out. That verse right there at the bridge in the last chorus, one of my all-time favorite fucking song lyrics. I love Ed Sheeran. I love Lord of the Rings. So like when I heard that he was doing the theme for The Hobbit, the second Hobbit, I was like, yeah. Uh, and I was super pumped. Uh, so that's why sorry, tangent, but he thought that he was done with The Hobbit. It's not like, well, I'm going to talk to them. You know, they originally said they were going to do 2 movies. He did the filming for was required for 2 movies. He thought he was done when he accepted Uncharted 3. It was not like an oversight on his part, but then they decided that they wanted to do 3. There's like, we're going to go all out. We might as well, and we can include all these extra scenes. Uh, and so he had to come back. They all did. Of course, they had to pay them out. They didn't just make them do all that work. They basically had to pay them all for another movie. Quite a sizable paycheck. But yeah, uh, he kind of had no choice. It was in his contract. And he just thought it was done, so it wasn't like he just forgetful. He thought he was done when he took the role. Yeah, I agree. It's a great tune. Uh, I think that and the song that Pippin sings in The Lord of the Rings, in Return of the King, are my favorite soundtrack. Uh, the song that Pippin sings where uh, when Faramir is presumably going off to his death. Billy Boyd actually wrote that song. That was not originally in Lord of the Rings. He wrote that song, and he sung that. That was actually the actor for Pippin singing that, and it's one of the most memorable moments of the movies. He based it off a poem because in The Fellowship of the Ring and in The Hobbit, Bilbo says, "You step off into the wild blue, and there's no knowing where you'll end up." Uh, uh, Home is behind and the road ahead. So Billy Boyd read The Hobbit and the books, and he actually wrote a song that was in keeping with the Lord, but it was an original song. And knowing that is just fucking insane, and why he was so underrated as Pippin. Uh, what about Second Breakfast? I don't think he's heard of Second Breakfast, man. Pippin? 11sies? Afternoon luncheons? He throws a fucking orange at him. God, I love Lord of the Rings. Ah. And when you say the Hobbit Tavern song, which one are you talking about? There's a couple. That's fine. You don't have to say some if you don't want to. I don't want you to, feel like you have to talk or say something. I knew the Hobbit movie was going to be good when I heard them singing Over the Misty Mountains. Because in the first trailer for The Hobbit, they showed the tavern song, or not the tavern, them singing in Bilbo's house. And that was fucking amazing. Far over the misty mountains cold, to dungeons deep and caverns old. God, I love that song so much. We must away ere break of day to find our long forgotten gold. The Hobbit has like I said, it has so many good musical shit in it. I have to look that up. If they're good covers, and I have faith in your judgment. Because, like I said, I love The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. Yeah.
I got him. You got him? You cover us. Okay. Go!
How is that possible? I shot him right.
Shit! It's an ambulance!
Nancy!
We need to get him to a doctor.
Yeah, that's not true for me. And if you feel that way, you need to watch you need to watch, Legend, Tom Cruise. That is a Western fantasy, and that is fucking amazing. One of my favorite films, probably my favorite film of all time. Excalibur, the 1970s Excalibur, which is basically where Liam Neeson got his start. Fucking amazing. Oh, The Last Goodbye, such a great song. That was also sung by Billy Boyd, the original version. They actually got him back. Aye. Dude, it's so fucking great. I mean, Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings is Western fantasy. You gonna tell me fucking Lord of the Rings doesn't bring the noise? Lord of the Rings is fucking amazing. Peter Jackson is the fucking GOAT. I don't think I've ever seen a fucking Peter Jackson movie I didn't like. What? How the fuck could you not be a fan of Lord of the Rings? Okay. I don't even know then. Like, that's crazy to me. Lord of the Rings is fucking life, man. Lord of the Rings, like, makes life worth living. The Hobbit was the first book I ever read. Literally, the first book that I ever read was The Hobbit. I still have a copy up on my shelf somewhere of The Hobbit. I mean, I don't know, like, we're gonna have to agree to disagree on that, because, like, I mean, how do they not impress you? The fucking incredible attention to detail, the pitch-perfect casting, the fucking amazing soundtrack, the use of practical effects, to the extreme, such as they had armor on set to custom-make chainmail, like... like, I struggle to think of, like, any conceivable metric, like, you would want in a fantasy movie. The fucking ring race, man. Or, like, the coolest horror movie fucking villains, like, ever. Or not horror movie, they're, like, the coolest fantasy villains ever. The shit with the ring wraith is super fucking creepy. Baggins!
Help me with the door!
Better told? See, I disagree. I really, really disagree. I think Lord of the Rings is the fucking peak. It's hard for me to imagine a better told story. Like I said, you know, like fucking Gandalf, man. Aragorn, I would have followed you to the end.
Okay, come on, guys.
I ain't dropping no Eve, sir. I swear I ain't. Nah, like I said, we'll just have to agree to disagree. I fucking love Lord of the Rings.
Look out! There's more of them! Oh, crap!
I have all 6 extended editions. Oh my god, see that's... Dude, it's like... I hate that argument. I honestly hate that fucking argument, man. Because, like, you could honestly reduce, like, any story to that. Like, it's 4 movies of walking, 4 movies of a ring. Like, okay, so Star Wars is 3 movies to blow up a space station. It's 3, you could say the entire original Star Wars trilogy is 3 movies to blow shit up. All of the New Hope is a movie to blow shit up. Harry Potter, 7 movies of history school, or 7 movies to destroy a book, destroy a Horcrux. Like, you could literally take any plot line of, like, anything and still it down to that. So, like, doing that to Lord of the Rings and saying, see, man, you're saying you can't stand Star Wars. Jesus. How the fuck do you hate Harry Potter? Like, okay. You just in about any story, just about any fucking story, you could take and distill it down to the simplest phrase. 4 movies to destroy a ring, okay? You know? One Piece. 1,000 episodes to fucking sail around. You know, like, it's the journey. It's the literal journey that matters. You know, like, but like, if we're like distilling it down to one sentence, like just about anything, I could take it, and then, you know, Pennywise, a miniseries, a 5-hour miniseries, just for a guy to ride a bicycle. At the end, he's riding his bicycle. I waited all that movie just to see him ride a bicycle. Like, you can honestly take anything and distill it down to like one blurb and say, oh, it's this, this, this. It's the story, the characters, the pacing, how it gets to that point that is special. No, I mean, you know, One Piece doesn't even have a fucking story thread. It doesn't even have, like, a central plot. The fucking creator of One Piece has said he doesn't even know what the One Piece is. He literally has no game plan. To me, that's sloppy writing. Like, literally, he's just fucking winging it. To me, that's, like, crazy that he would make a show, or a manga, obviously, called One Piece, and then have no fucking clue what the actual One Piece is. And what is the fucking been writing it for, like, 20 years? Like, when Akira Toriyama did Dragon Ball, he had an idea what the actual fucking Dragon Balls were. That, to me, is crazy. Just a bunch of random fucking stories with, like, no guiding thread. And if you're going to do that, if you're going to say, okay, so we're not going to have a central goal, it's just slice of life, just say that. Like, it's just like, literally, you could basically call One Piece MacGuffin the show. The whole show is about a red fucking herring. MacGuffin piece. That's what I mean. So, like, you know, like with Lord of the Rings, he knew from the start, here's where we're going to start, here's where we're going to end. And he planned that shit out. I would much rather have a story that is concisely planned than just fucking winging it. I'm not going to go into specifics because I want Sammy to watch it with me, but let's take Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, not the original. The original fucking sucked. But let's take Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. The author of that manga, she is amazing. She had the whole story planned out before she started. And that is why Full Metal Alchemist was such a great manga to read, why Brotherhood is such a great anime to watch, because since she plotted that story out, knew all the details before she did the first volume, every single part of that is littered with foreshadowing and clues. And when you go back after you finish Full Metal and reread it, you're like, oh shit, she was hitting all that fucking years before the ending. Because she planned that out from the beginning. She knew exactly where it was going to end. So, like, there's so many references to stuff that occurred later that you could miss. And then when you're rewatching, you're like, oh shit, man, she was laying hints fucking 10 years before it actually ended. That you could only do with the kind of foresight. So I'm not a fan of any kind of thing. And a lot of animes do that. Like, a lot of animes just kind of wing it and have filler and shit. And I hate filler. That is the number one thing I hate about animes, where it's literally just episodes to pan out a fucking runtime. And, yeah, that's true. There's filler in everything. Games have filler, movies have filler, but I think anime, probably more than any other medium, suffers from filler really bad. Like a Naruto is like 90% filler. It's fucking absurd. And okay, Sammy, here's the thing. To explain it to you, they will make manga volumes, and they are very meticulous about making them. They're comic books, so typically written in black and white, and they typically go right to left instead of our books that go left to right. Uh, I think it does it the worst. It has the most filler and the most shitty filler. Hey, like Naruto, let's have a pocket universe where we're living a fictional life for 30 episodes, guys. It's stupid. Bleach, goddamn, there's more filler episodes in Bleach than there is non-filler episodes. Filler should be avoided as much as possible. And anime has entirely too much of it. It's the thing I detest the most about anime. Yeah, but it's still just like a pocket universe where literally nothing we're doing here matters. Like, what the fuck? Like, that is so dumb. But anyway, Sammy, the reason why anime has a problem with filler and why so much filler comes about is because a manga will take off in Japan and they will want to quickly capitalize on it. So, Sammy, they'll turn it into a show, an anime, and they'll want to do it while it's hot. The problem is, however, they will start doing the show before the anime is finished. And oftentimes, they can make the show significantly faster than they can write the manga, the author, because they're very meticulous and they're hand-drawn for most of the mangas. So a lot of the time, they will outpace the manga. And so they will come up with all these bullshit side episodes to buy themselves time, basically, to allow the manga to catch up. And, for example, there's 2 Full Metal Alchemist shows. Full Metal Alchemist and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Now, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is a redo. Now, ordinarily, that would be stupid. However, here's the thing. As I told you before, Sammy, Full Metal Alchemist has an incredibly meticulously planned story. The author of the manga knew exactly where it was going to end when she started. She had the entire story planned out meticulously. Okay, so the first half of the Full Metal Alchemist show, the original show, is good. It follows the manga very closely. But about halfway through the show, they outpaced her writing because she could only write it so fast. So they decided halfway through the show they were just going to wing it and make shit up. So halfway through the original Full Metal Alchemist, they just completely disconnect from her work and just go in a totally alternate direction, and they don't even follow the plot that was established. And furthermore, because the first plot, the first half, She knew where she was going to end up. She wrote it. So even if she hadn't finished the whole story, she knew the outline. It means that the Fullmetal Alchemist show, the first show, is inconsistent with itself. Because since they followed the first half close to her works, they were laying all these seeds that never materialized in their second half when they just decided to wing it. So, I fucking hate the original Fullmetal Alchemist. However, after she wrote and finished the manga, they went back and they redid it all the way to her original vision, and that's what Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood is. The same story told, but this time, because they did it after she finished the manga, they were able to follow it all the way. And for me, Brotherhood is the legit version. I don't even want to fuck with the original. Like I said, you get halfway through and it just fucking tanks in quality. Yeah. Hey, Bruno Mars is awesome. I know that you don't know it, but you're fine, so fine. Treasure, that is what you are. Baby, I'm sorry. Sammy, you're my shining star. You know you can make my dream come true, Sammy, if you let me treasure you. But yeah, I love Bruno Mars. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's a question of volume. A filler, maybe let's say the typical Hollywood movie has a half hour of filler, maybe. There's hundreds of episodes of Bleach that are filler. Hundreds. Like 10 hours. That's what I'm saying. Like, the filler is a problem in every medium, but it's really, really a problem in anime. And that's another reason, Sammy, why I love Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood and why I like certain animes. Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood has no filler at all. It's a very tight show. There's no extraneous episodes. They told their story, they said all the things they needed to do, and they got the fuck out. There is no filler in Fullmetal Brotherhood. And other animes that I like are that. I don't like watching a lot of shit with filler. Especially because I told you repeatedly, I don't like it when they skew away from the original story. When they adapt the story to another medium, they should endeavor to remain as faithful as they possibly can to the original source material. So, obviously, changes need to be made. Because what works in one medium doesn't work in another. There has to be some changes. But where is possible, you should stick as closely to the source material as you can. And usually, when they do this filler, Samantha, they are not working with the original author. Maybe I could get behind it if they was like author-approved filler, like the author at least made this. They don't. It's somebody that had nothing to do with the original story, making shit up as they go along. And that's what I'm saying. That is what killed the original Fullmetal show. They're like, oh, well, we outpaced the manga. We're not going to wait for them to finish the manga. We're just going to do whatever the fuck we want with no input from the original author. And it went to shit. So, that's what I mean. Like, maybe if they, did filler that had the original author's input, I could at least get behind that. But they don't. It's literally somebody who had no, part in the creative process now deciding to interject their shit into somebody else's work. I don't like it. I mean, I'm glad Rhea likes it. We'll have to agree to disagree. I hate filler. And I think that is, the main problem with anime. Come on. Ah, damn it.
There's more of them. Crap.
And see, that's where we differ, I guess, because I like Western media. I just also like Eastern media. I like anime, I like Japanese games, I like Japanese films, but I also like a lot of Western shit either. It's not like either or. I like them for different reasons. Different directors, different style, different vibes. I like them both. Whereas you primarily skew towards the East, which is okay, but I prefer a wider range of shit. Well, like I said, my example is literally fucking Naruto. Okay, like they're in a pocket universe. Nothing that they are doing in that pocket universe matters. But we have like 30 episodes in a pocket universe. Like, okay, maybe let's say we compromise. And I say, okay, if the filler's okay if it's fleshing out the story. This is not fleshing out the story. This is literally, we're in this other universe, we're doing things that don't matter, and then when we're back to the main plot line, poof, gone. None of that shit mattered. That is like so asinine to me. It's like the anime equivalent of a dream sequence. Oh, it was all a dream. This movie that you just watched, that you just got invested in, oh, it was a dream. Well, I would rather have a show that's shorter, with no filler, than a show that's really long with a bunch of filler. Better to be short and sweet than to be dragged out and have people wishing it's over. If I'm not mistaken, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood has 40 episodes, 60 episodes, something to that extent. Let me Google it. Okay, so in terms of anime shows, it's got very little episodes. But every single episode of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is impactful. And I would rather have 40 episodes that are tight, concise, well edited, than 1,000 episodes where like 90% of them are just bullshit. Better to end and quit while you're ahead than drag it off until people are just wishing for you to end it. Let me see. 64. Okay, I'm sorry. 64. That's still not a lot for a lot of animes. Like I said, Bleach has over 1,000 episodes. Naruto, if you count all the different versions of Naruto, probably has over 1,000. Dragon Ball Z by itself has like 300 episodes. And if you count like Super and Dragon Ball, it's like close to 1,000. So in terms of like the long running animes, 60 is almost nothing. But like I said, Full Metal it doesn't waste any time. And I would rather that, honestly. I honestly, like, I'm glad you like filler. If it makes you happy, I'm happy for you. But for me personally, I detest it in all forms. Obviously, I respect your opinion.
Come on, we gotta get the hell out of here.
All right, come on. Just a little further.
No, bastard, shitting bastard leg. Oh,
Easy does it.
Jesus God. Okay, the bus. We're taking the bus.
Okay, I'm going to end this part here. I'm going to take a short break and I'll be back. Everybody's watching, 8 people, thank you so much. You should like, comment, and subscribe or your penis will get shorter. Don't bring that on yourself. I'll be back.